Hello everybody, we're going to be starting our very first D&D campaign here very, very soon. We are waiting for one of our GMs to show up and then we'll be starting. I am very excited. I've never played D&D before and I know absolutely nothing. So I'm very excited. All I know from it is literally from like Stranger Things, which is like nothing. Like at all. So I'm very excited. I'm going to be playing as a dragonborn, which is basically like a lizard person. And yeah, I'm really excited. So we're just waiting for that one person. So I'm going to switch to the other screen so that way I can just make sure cameras and everything are all set up and then we'll be good to go. So hopefully he'll be showing up here very soon. Everyone else is already here. So yeah.
He just never knows though. He thinks he genuinely
really
never knows.
Yeah, he genuinely thinks he's gonna be 5 minutes, like always.
He's
And then
utterly
he's
convinced
always
of it.
like 2 hours later. Like
Hello Coochie Man. Hello Janice. How are you?
Bad, but you know.
No, that's not what I want to do. No, that's not what I want to do either. Okay, hold on.
I don't really want
I'm trying to figure out my camera thing for like your guys' camera like was not working, so I'm gonna have to redo my camera thing for you guys.
Nani and all these camera problems, dude.
I am. For
Camera just does
real.
not like you today and yesterday.
Yay, hype. Thanks for the hype, AC. Much appreciate.
I literally just AC, change your name to your character name in Discord.
You don't have to do it. No one else has.
What are you talking about?
Except for you too.
That's because being new to it cool.
Yeah, bro.
I don't think that's true. For some reason.
I can't. You know what? They passed their cool check, Frog.
When? When they pass it? Tell me when.
When we played Risk of Rain 2 with
mean,
yeah.
Nah.
I mean, at least in Noodle's case, it's because he's part of the Brotherhood of the Beard, but...
True.
I have a beard.
I don't know about
Oh,
yours.
do
but-
you,
we don't
Frog?
talk about that.
Insert here. See? Oh!
Whoa.
He's a knife.
He's here.
Holy shit!
Fucking guys, you guys. My roommate's
Hold on,
alarm
guys.
just broke, like the battery just broke, and so it's just been screaming for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, turn it off, it hurts, it hurts. And she's like, is CVS open? Is CVS open? I'm just gonna go get a battery. I need one. I can't do this tonight.
I can't do this tonight.
Jesus.
Unlike normal
So-
people who just take it off for the night, you know?
I
You're
was
gonna kill
trying
yourselves
to, but
overnight.
I was trying to, but I couldn't get the plug undone. And she's like, don't fuck with it. Don't fuck with it. Just leave it. I'll just go buy a 9-volt. Hurry.
Good God.
So she just like immediately left. So if you hear in the background, that's what it is.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
It's the siren song.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
It's either Tech Bug or something in Tech Bug's house.
Yep.
Yeah.
gotcha.
Alright, I guess we're all here.
And loading into the tank.
I was gonna say, everybody make sure you're in the Forge website. I think everybody's here except TechBug. Streams can go up now at this point, unless AC is going to withhold his permission to stream.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
It's too late for us.
Yeah, Stellas has been on like
PC?
the whole time.
I've only
AC,
been on the
I
starting
know
soon
people.
screen.
There are lawyers here. They're very good. They can get in touch with you. These people have no
I
money
have the
though.
best lawyers.
Same with me. No money, so
lawyers.
don't sue us.
No money.
the
You're
best
flat
ones.
broke. You're a joke. No.
Oh my
Please
goodness,
don't
Coochie
do
Man.
You're perfect.
Yeah, she's my,
Oh.
my familiar.
Okay, so welcome to the first night of Curse of Strahd, y'all.
Woo!
Yay!
I'm glad y'all can make it.
Snap.
As far as a introduction, most of you have written up your complicated to I have a character background, but I
This
hope
is
you're
dandy.
happy with what they have come up with so far.
Yeah.
As far as actually getting into the story, two of you, or some pairs of you, have already met in terms of the story.
Mhm.
The party, as a group, would have met here. Let me see if I can drag everybody over. this is the region that your party has ended up in on the pursuit of different things for each person. Some of you are seeking enlightenment. Some of you are seeking vengeance. Some of you are seeking to put right some wrongs. Maybe seeking to shine a light in a dark place. But in your pursuit, the 5 of you have come together and heard a rumor in the town of Korth. Ping. Yep, I got a ping right here. Ping on the western side of the screen.
Ding, ding,
Korth
ding.
is the capital city of this state known as Karnath. It is interesting to most of you because this state prides itself on the usage of undead as a means of coming up with labor and with soldiers. It's not necessarily a sinister thing that they do, but because of several plagues and famines that have hit them in recent years, their wizards have turned to the use of necromancy as a means of raising up labor forces for their people. Now, obviously, that lends them a somewhat ghastly reputation among the other nations. In particular, to the west, past Reckonmark, is Onder and the Eldine Reaches. Gwyn and Crane, you guys come from that region.
Yes.
To the south is
Port Zombie and Port Bone.
actually to the south and kind of to the east is the swamp of Kubara. Barum, you are familiar with that region.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the south and west is where is it Mithras? Mithras. Your people operate to the south and west of here, and you have come up to Korth with Barum and met up with everyone else in Korth, seeking answers to these riddles that you have for your own character. And then lastly, we have a character decision that needs to be made before we can continue, because it's semi-important. One of you rescued this elven soldier off the battlefield.
I wonder whom.
And decided to recruit him into the party because he owes you, as Misa says, a laugh debt.
It's
So, AC, would you like to... These are your beautiful bachelors, you can see here.
You're a bachelor.
Who in
Would you
particular
like to give
was
a
it
rose
that
to?
drafted you into this party?
We'll say Frog.
Huh?
Yeah.
Alright. Gwyn, the
I just have a
furball
reputation, I guess.
druid. It makes
Apparently.
sense for her character because she is known to use healing magic in her druidic
I'm
repertoire.
the only good one.
She is a good person, which is an oddity in this group. And in an act of compassion, she saved this Tarnadal elf. That's what he is, or the nation that he comes from, on top of being a high elf in terms of race. And he decided to leave what was a rapidly deteriorating war situation for his people. They've essentially been wiped out at this point. There's not really a nation to go home to for him. But he has decided to pledge his services to you instead, and in conjunction to the rest of the party, to aid them in any way that he can.
Dice
And
roll.
so, the 5 of you meet up in Karth, and here rumors start to circulate that pique each of your interest in turn. In the woods just to the east of Korth, the Nightwood, there are rumors abounding of a region cast completely in shadow. A region that many have sought, but all of those who went too deep into the woods have disappeared completely, never to return or be seen again. This region
Whoa.
has been called Barovia.
Barovia.
It is thought to be, I'll put it in the chat so you guys can start creating your campaign notes that you'll definitely want to be taking.
Oh.
Hang on.
Oh.
Let me open a
Open up.
Word
Yeah, by
doc.
the
I
way,
was
you
gonna say.
take notes.
I'm a teacher. I don't
I was
take
gonna-
notes. I give them.
Tells me what to do. Yes, sir. Barovia has a lot of. First of all, not many people have heard the rumor. It seems to be something that the official government in Korth, the Emperor and his people, kind of want to dampen because they are losing some good adventurers, some skilled people in the search for what they claim is a mythical place and that shouldn't be sought after.
But the rumor come out is Bavaria the scare.
But a couple of rumors are leaking out. Some are talking about vast
They come out?
riches. Some people are talking about how it is shrouded in darkness. Some people say it's a place of great beauty, natural, and that people who find it stay there by choice. They don't want to come back. The rest of Karnath is a pretty grim place with troops of undead performing menial labors and things like that. And so escaping to a paradise in the woods sounds like a great idea. Maybe it's a pack of rebels who are trying to revolt against the Emperor. Rumors scattered everywhere, but the main thing is that if you want to seek this place out, if you're that foolish, you should set out on the road north of Korth and head to the town of Atter, right here. Once you reach Atter, turn south off the beaten roads and go into the woods themselves, and you will arrive at a lumber camp, which also happens to sport a small town holding it up most of the year. And it is from that town that most people have heard the rumors of Barovia, and they tend to start there and then journey into the woods. That is, it is the deepest point civilization penetrates into the forest. Knowing that, fast forwarding you guys a little bit, you guys take off on the road, make it to Atter, take the road south without incident. There aren't a ton of interesting people on the roads at this time of year. It is essentially, the month is called Olorun. Just for the purposes of this, it's like February. So it's still a little bit cold, not quite getting into spring. Most of the work has slowed down, but the lumber camp is starting up. And especially since most of their workers are undead, they don't really care about the cold in the first place. So you turn southward, make it to the tiny smear of a lumber town. Let me see if I can get a ping. Right there in the open copse of trees. Doesn't even carry an official name. It is just the lumber camp south of Atter. However, there is a tavern in town, and since it is late in the day, on the moment of your arrival, the five of you decide it would be best to make your abode for now, get some food, get some ale on your stomachs, and try to hear some rumors from those who are milling in the tavern itself, which is named, and let me activate it and bring you in here, the Vulgar Duchess.
Ooh.
Pretty.
Nothing
What a beaut.
for notes.
What a
That was my nickname in high school.
God.
Yes, it was.
It's filled with local honeys, which was what my nickname was in high school.
Oh.
Well, it looks like we both got the nickname for the same reason, I guess.
Indeed. It's already winding down. The day has almost come to an end. It's not quite full dark, but the sun is about to set. Most of the lumber workers have decided to call it quits. There are a handful of people who aren't even necessarily lumberjacks. Most of them are apprentice wizards who are commanding the undead legions in the area to do the lumber work for them. That being said, you have only just arrived. The drinks are starting to get handed out. Each of you is handed a warm jug of ale, some hearty brown bread, and some very simple chicken dinner fare. Nothing too fancy, way out here in the middle of the woods. And it is now time to see what the five of you look like and what you would be doing during a evening spent not really carousing, but resting, getting ready to do some adventuring work, perhaps in the next morning.
Who's that handsome man in the corner?
Exactly, who is that? Also, they can't see that yet, but
It's like, where?
I was just like,
Where
who?
is he?
What?
there are some hidden features.
No.
just to see who needs to describe first, let's practice our rolls again and have everybody roll initiative to determine who goes first, and also see if Deadbolt has still broken the initiative system.
Oh, it works now. Yay.
It's not doing the silly 0.14 and stuff.
Good job.
I have
Fuck
to
it.
interrupt for a moment. I've been trying to fix in the background. There's something wrong with my streams. Hold on, I gotta go calm real quick.
Okay. It says for me there's no active combat encounter.
Me and Mithras.
Yeah, I'll add a combat encounter. It's not gonna matter, but it'll be there. Okay, so now you should be able to roll.
Apparently, some people need it to roll for initiative for some reason. So
Oh.
maybe that's some permission thing.
Yeah, Gwen.
Hang on.
Yeah, you just rolled a d20, Gwen. You
Oh
need to
my
re-roll
God.
the initiative.
Did it roll mine?
It did not yet. Can you try hit it again? I just added the combat.
Okay. I hit it, but it's not doing anything.
It's not doing anything for me either.
I've
taken any
oh, I
time.
guess oh yeah, hit begin combat, I guess.
Where?
I'm talking to Tech Buck, sorry.
Oh.
I need to make sure I know who's to. Okay, so I hit that. Now can you roll it?
Nope.
It lets me
Why?
click it, but it doesn't say anything.
Yeah, same.
Delete encounter. Empty
Yay, good
encounter.
start.
Oh,
We're killing it.
It's an even better start because apparently my stream has no audio.
Oh, nice.
I guess this is a good time to break and say, Coochie-Man, does audio sound all good on your end, by the way?
Bitch man.
You sound fine.
Did you add your source, Noodle?
Yeah, I mean I have the audio capture, so
I started an encounter, so you might be able to now. Try
Yeah,
it.
give it a
Okay.
shot now.
No.
Oh, they might need to
No, Coochie-Man, no.
I didn't think you would need to have the
No
token, like,
Sephiroth
beside
here.
it.
sorry. apparently
Audio
there's-
sounds really good? Okay, perfect.
Sephiroth in this D&D campaign.
Yeah, he's like, alright guys, let's talk character names. It's either Sephiroth or Cloud. The story takes place in Midgar before during part 1 of Final Fantasy VII. I was like, oh man.
Oh yeah, it's
Now it's
0.13
some,
now.
now it's some random number for
It's
each
just like a
person. So you
percentage.
added
There we go.
extra X.
My still silhouetted dino.
I don't remember how to roll for initiative.
Click on initiative.
Oh wait,
Oh,
I got it. Character, yeah,
Is this some step modifier?
Hold on, I know it is Tech Bug.
It's your dex modifier.
Wow.
No, it's not just the dex modifier.
No.
The extra
Or, yeah,
tiny
the dex,
number
the dex 4.
is trying to determine if you break
Roll.
the tie or not.
I was about to say the tie. Yeah.
It
okay.
breaks
I
ties.
literally just figured that out at the exact
Yeah,
same time.
I didn't know that was how it did it, but I have tie breaking installed in the initiative tracker, and that's why it adds that number.
Well,
'cause it's
actually, that
essentially
doesn't make
rolling energy.
sense. That doesn't make
then
sense
roll-
because
alright.
Mithras and Mureth rolled the same thing.
That was earlier. I just rolled a flat d20 plus 1.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I didn't push the initiative button. I have a new initiative score now that I
Mithras
pushed the
and
initiative button.
Ilgwin, you mean?
Yeah, but it both says you rolled for initiative still.
When?
That's
The
weird.
most recent ones.
Yeah, it says
Mithras
I
and
rolled
who?
for initiative
Andrew?
7.12.
Andro?
Yeah, and the other one says the other one that Kayla did. Whatever the fuck your name is. This is 7.12 also.
What?
Just
Yeah,
do
that's,
Kanani.
Kanani. Yeah, we rolled
That's
the
her
same
name.
number. Yeah.
Yeah,
so, like,
my name isn't Kayla, anyways.
Alright, I'm saying,
We
like,
both rolled a 6. We
Yeah,
both
but,
rolled a
like,
6.
He wasn't
Plus
even
one.
close to anything.
Plus
No.
Yeah,
12.
plus a dex score. of
I was
12,
so
we're
confused.
high. So
No, but
we would just.
Tyler is saying that the
Doing
point
great.
12 is using to break ties.
Maybe
So
we
why
should
would it
have.
be like a
Maybe
meta
we should
vote?
have had a conversation with TechBug about name usage.
Bubby, you gotta practice not
Apparently.
using names like we said.
I know. I don't care.
I mean,
I'm really
you
bad
didn't
at
get
that.
it right,
We
so.
care though.
I mean, that's
We
fine.
care.
So, we've got 5 initiatives. We've got 5 tokens that
It doesn't
kind
really
of
matter.
represent some of your characters. Some color and some line work needed to be done on some.
It
of
doesn't.
them.
It
That's
doesn't matter.
okay.
Ilgwin goes first.
So Gwen introduces to your character and physical description, anything from the backstory, your backstory that the party would know at this point,
Anything
And
you want
something
to share.
and something you would be doing now during like a dinner hour. Go ahead.
What
Those
would
three
they-
things.
what would they
I'll show
do
you
know,
my
though?
character stats.
We can still hear
Oh
you.
yeah.
I know. I'm just trying to whisper.
You could mute yourself on Discord so you
You
can talk
can
to your
mute
stream.
yourself, sir.
I don't remember. Oh, I do have that actually set.
Yep, because it's like an Among Us hotkey, so it should be easy. Okay.
Wait,
Oh,
I have a
no,
question.
that was a
person-
deafen completely.
I have a question.
Sure.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. What would the party need to know at this point? Or what would they already know at this point?
Whatever you would want them to know. It's anything you would have shared with them that you felt might be relevant to being here. And so, like I said, physical description, anything relevant that you wanted to share, or if you just want to be woman of mystery, that's fine. And something you would be doing at the table, like during a dinner hour. Go ahead.
Hang on 1 second.
No.
No.
Sorry, I was practicing my accent.
Your accent?
Yeah, I have to do a backwoods accent.
Is your character talking right now?
No, not yet.
Oh.
She's just practicing the accent anyway.
Okay.
And here I am boring, no accent.
Okay, I'm good. Hey everyone, my name is Ilgrim Kid.
Oh my god.
That's not the...
Yeah, it is now.
No.
Southern Belle.
I'm going back to Shenandoah.
Pulling up the word doc. Okay. You can call me Gwen. I look like this. I got fawn ears and I got some flowers in my hair. So I'm a druid. I like magic and healing, and I know a couple of yous, you know.
That's New York.
I'm not a couple of yous.
We're y'all here.
I know,
Slowly just.
Oh.
Awesome.
I know a couple of y'all, but I don't know some of you, so I just wanted to introduce myself real quick. I can speak a couple languages. It's pretty cool.
I'm not.
If y'all need a couple, that's my friend. I know him. It's okay. We always be messing with each other.
He's
you
a
know.
good old boy.
He's all right. So it's really nice to meet y'all. Other than that, I just come from, a village. Y'all probably ain't heard of it anyway. Don't worry about it. It ain't too important now. And I'm just hoping I can help y'all. I love to drink some good ale, so we out here, we partying. I love going to the taverns, just having a good old crowd. It's very nice to meet y'all. I see some lizard friends here. That's very nice. It's very good to meet y'all. I can't. I'm very
Don't get
excited
any
to work
ideas.
Wait,
with
haven't
you.
we been together?
I didn't say it had to be in character, and I didn't say it had to be like I'm introducing myself.
Oh, okay. I was like, I
She's like,
thought we
I'm
were just
ready.
literally just telling each
It's
other.
okay.
I thought this was how it's
It
supposed
works
to go.
for her character beautifully. That's all.
Yes.
It was
I was
perfect.
just making sure I
She's
didn't
not
need to do that.
No.
Just so y'all know, I got some white freckles. You can't see them very well, but they're white and they're pretty cute. Thank y'all. I can hear really well with these, by the way. So if y'all talking shit, I'll know. Thank you.
That
Whoa,
is the
whoa.
win. That is the yeah. Woo!
Woo!
It's over, yay!
It's over.
Glad that's done with.
Who wrote that? Who wrote that?
Next up is gonna be Mithras. Introduce yourself.
So,
We didn't even hear that she was a furbolg, by the way.
Yeah.
I said I came
You,
from a Furbolg village.
Oh,
Y'all didn't need
that's
to know more than that. That's fine.
That's right.
you,
The accent threw us off.
Alright,
Oh,
Mithras.
great. The druid is an alcoholic. Yeah.
I hate to be the first one to do this, but you did say the sun was going down. So,
Mhm.
as a sun cleric, as is his custom, every sundown and sun up, Mithras goes out to perform a ritual upon each sunrise and sunset. So, upon receiving his ale and bread and chicken, he took it and immediately walked out of the tavern to the first available place where he could see the sun set, and is performing his evening meditation ritual.
We're just like,
Okay.
So he's not even in the tavern at this point.
Meanwhile,
what-
my
and what
character
do you
is
look
looking
like?
at an empty chair going, well then.
And what do you
yeah,
look
literally.
Oh, so he's Dragonborn, but as far as like he's gold Dragonborn. He's got the golden scales, the golden serpentine eyes.
The iron helmet.
Currently, if
classic
one were to go out to where he is meditating, he is stripped down to the waist to allow the sun to strike his scales as part of his ritual, which gives them kind of a glitter.
He gonna be full naked.
like? Mm-mm.
No, it's just down to the waist, just down to the waist.
We Edward in this shit.
Mm-hmm.
We sparkling.
You have to sun the butthole.
What?
But
Bleach
normally,
it.
normally
Bleach it.
Bleach it.
That's a thing.
Normally
Yes,
he's
so
clad
funny.
either in the robes. of
How
his
did we
order
get
or-
from introduction of Mithras to that?
He was stripped in sunbathing.
This is very important. How is this
Alright.
part of your ritual?
So we have the Valley Girl who is reintroducing herself to the
I'm not
party,
a
even
Valley
though she's
Girl.
already
Kind of
been with
are.
everybody. We
I'm
have
a Valley
Mithras
Girl.
who is out doing his ministrations.
I'm a
and
forest
then we
girl.
come to Barum.
Okay, so I am also a dragonborn, but I am a black dragonborn, and normally that, I guess the scales mean like, I guess their alignment, but in his case, he is purely just a black dragonborn, chaotic neutral.
Why is
Eh.
it to be black?
Because I like black, okay?
Oh,
Not the first time I've heard that answer, but go ahead.
Because acid spit, of course.
Yeah, because acid spit. He has emerald green eyes as well. Inside the tavern, he is inside the tavern, but he is more secluded off in his own little corner, drinking his ale and eating his food more in seclusion, because he has chosen to trust these other ones, but he hasn't quite chosen to trust them himself. The only reason he is choosing to trust them is because of Mithras, fellow Dragonborn kind of stuff. So he doesn't quite feel comfortable to partake in fun times, I guess, with everybody quite yet. All hail the Emperor of Mankind.
no fun times allowed.
Yeah, no fun times. What else was I supposed to say? I don't know.
That's
Something
pretty
you
much
would
it.
be doing at this moment during the dinner hour that
He
kind
just
of
said
like
it. She just said.
He
I
is
mean, he
eating by himself, drinking his
That's it.
ale. Yeah.
nothing else? No, not doing anything as a bard in a tavern?
No.
Sad day.
Right
Alright.
after that,
Not right now.
Not
He
quite
gloomy
a
boy.
little bit of extra cash.
No.
That brings us to
He's not that kind of bard. I already said that.
He's
This, br-
He's not that kind of bard.
this brings us to Mr. Crane.
Mr. Crane.
Mr.
Oh, there was a ghost orb. Did y'all see that? Fast before my house is haunted.
Emo punk rock.
That's right.
Exactly. He's
God.
too edgy to be seen in a large group.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote this up. I might.
True.
I think it's backwards though. I might.
I can't read it. It's very
Yeah.
small.
We can't read any of that, so.
It's
Just
okay.
PM.
No. I'm just gonna put a display it. It's a little memo. Go ahead, Crane. Sorry.
Wait, what?
Okay, so we're just doing like a description of our character, basically.
Whatever
Basically.
you want to share with the class is okay.
Oh,
Physical descript.
thanks.
Whatever the party might know about you that you would have shared. Like, any kind of story. It's up to you, or whether you're a recluse, and
Oh,
then,
okay.
like what you'd be doing at the dinner table.
Okay. Well, of course, I'm Crane. Most have already known me. My companion has already introduced herself again to everyone, but it is okay. I mean, we won't forget her at this point. I am just sitting at the table, enjoying the show of everyone, wondering why the bard is off in the corner, writing down poems, but ignoring him mostly.
Wait, what?
It's
Who
okay.
said I was writing poems?
He's judgmental. All right.
I'm very
his thing.
judgmental. It doesn't matter what you're doing. He's already just like, whatever.
I'm sorry about him. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm sorry that I'm
She doesn't
eating.
She doesn't really know.
Just be like that.
basically, as you can see from my finer clothes than most of those in this establishment, I am of noble birth, quite educated as well. I saw that, but it's okay, for I have quite the patience and good demeanor and cordiality to allow such a disrespect to slide on by. No, I'm a wizard of just, committed to my studies.
That's it?
Oh,
No,
I think he was
sorry.
having malfunction.
Apparently, I'm having difficulties again.
Technical difficulty.
Stream.
Technical difficulties.
Quick,
don't worry, we'll get it.
I think it's backwards still. Yep, it's still backwards. I'm gonna have to
So-
mirror myself.
But anyway, so
What does it say?
I am a tiefling noble, which is is not necessarily unheard of, but not the most common of anyways. But unfortunately, I'm the last of my
Typing.
group, as my family has met a fairly tragic end. But I won't bore anyone with those details, nor will I deaden such a fine party.
Have you ever heard the legend of Itachi?
Wow, this guy sounds like a bastard.
Oh, shit.
I saw you last
That's
night.
just
Listen,
He's right there.
Right there.
listen. You can tell just by these intros who wrote pages of backstory and who was like, "I'm here.
I'm here.
I
I'm
am
this.
present."
Oh, is that much?
Which is
that much
totally
better?
fair.
Okay,
Which is
I'm
totally
always
fair.
here.
Have you shown him any of what was written?
Tech
Yeah,
Book?
oh yeah.
Yeah, I gave Tech
Okay.
Book the document. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's gonna,
I
if
looked
he's,
over it briefly.
if he's gonna GM,
I
he has
figured
to know
you
all
just
this
looked
stuff,
over
so.
it briefly. You saw
Nobody
the link
else
and
has
was
seen
like,
it.
"Oh, excuse me." You saw the link and you were like,
Yeah, I get it.
That's
"Oh God, I'm concerned at what you get." But okay.
It's not very
Uh-oh.
hard to pin
Uh-oh.
down the archetype, alright? You gotta read like 2 or 3 sentences, you kinda get it.
all right.
Wow.
Anything
Like I
else,
already
Mr.
know how I'm
Crane?
gonna fuck you later, so.
Actually?
Literally and or physically.
Oh.
Mr. Crane, anything else?
No, that seems to be all I need to say.
All right, that leaves
Upon
us
the
with
curse of fucking, I guess that's it.
somehow the highest dexterity person in the party went last in the initiative, but maybe it'll be the only
Hell
bad
yeah.
roll for the night. So AC, describe
AC,
and drill for
boy.
us.
Take your time. Yes.
Oh, they did get hit by stage fright.
Holy shit, you're a boy.
Holy shit, you're a boy.
There you
Tech
go
Bug
back.
being like, "This is the first time I've heard his voice."
Yo, boy.
Yeah, Tech Bug comes by like
That would be
Haley's
cool,
Yeah,
gone,
I was
Cooch
but
ready
Man.
to
he's
be a
gone
girl.
again.
Fuck.
Oh, I mean, I can be a girl if you want me to.
Hey man, listen. I only have like $40 to burn right now, okay?
That's plenty for me.
I mean, 40 bucks is
You know,
40
message
bucks.
me after, you know. I won't kill you tonight.
I mean, we can just be called roleplay.
I promise I won't kill you tonight, okay?
Okay.
Oh my god.
And if you
No,
continue, babe.
No. Okay, I'm a high elf.
Yeah, I bet you.
I'm a high elf that was a lieutenant and a soldier, but got left out on the battlefield where Gwyn saved me. As she does some weird hand things,
Let's roll.
embarrassing me.
She's just like in the back, like, yeah.
I mean, my character just kind of spooky, kind of didn't really do much, shy, in the corner. I mean, sitting on the bar, just drinking away.
Drinking away.
That's about it.
Drinking
Alright.
away.
Wait, is he sitting at the bar? Or is he like actually
The
on
bar.
the bar, just
At
kind of
the
like
bar.
squatted
You
down,
fucking
just drinking?
Elegant.
Little
He's
He's
tonic-
just like, "I'm really shy."
Sitting
real
on it.
Gopnik hours.
I'm up there just laying down, paint me like one of your French girls.
Oh yeah.
Eating some grapes.
I was thinking more like
Classic.
Batman stance, just on the bar, looking out like this is the kingdom I will save.
I feel like that's what your character would do.
True.
No.
All right, there you have it. Our intrepid party of weirdos, adventurers,
Yep.
and hippies and religious nutcases alike. So,
And the girl.
and the girl,
Girl.
Aw.
and the high elf.
Yep.
So, dinner is winding down. Ale cups are drained. There's not much left to do except to start questioning people, which the rest of you think you're going to have to do. When, as the sun has finally completed setting, and Mithras, I assume you have returned to the comfort of the inn, of the
Yes.
tavern, really. Okay. Mithras rejoins the group, and the five of you are about to settle down and start asking some questions, swapping some stories, trying to learn a little bit more about Barovia. When, in the darkness, the door crashes open with a great clang, and a well-dressed, colorful individual strides in. He has a handsome, bewhiskered of face. Let me bring our
Oh ho
man
ho.
here.
Oh, there he is. I told you.
See the rest of the map? I can't see the rest of it.
Scroll
There's no
with
rest
the
of
mouse wheel. Scroll with the mouse wheel to zoom out so you can see more of it at once.
Why is it all
Oh.
orange?
Once the orange is
It's
just
so
infinite
orange.
empty space, so that's up to
It's
you.
so
I
orange,
just
it's
use the art
so-
that I can get. Listen, if you start paying me 60,000 a year, I can make you custom art like Matthew Mercer himself. But
Okay.
you get what I find
Yes.
on Pinterest.
What a
in the
handsome
meantime.
lad.
So, this
So it's
individual strides in with two other, also well-dressed and colorful. Very strange for this lumber camp, even against the nobility of somebody like Crane. They have this almost flamboyant air about them with these reds and greens and strange bright colors on them. He comes immediately to your table that the five of you are sitting at without going to
What
anybody else.
incarnation?
And he says, "Ah, greetings, friends. I'm here to deliver you a message.
Oh, ho, ho.
If you are creatures of honor, you will come to my master's aid at first light in the morning. It is not advisable to travel in these woods at night, you know." He reaches into his tunic and he pulls out a sealed letter, the wax of which is sealed in a strange emblem which none of you have seen before.
That's a feathered quail right there.
Is it a bug?
Is it a bug?
Oh no, it's an eagle.
Bird.
It's an eagle.
Ma'am? I mean, sir. You need to get your eyes checked, maybe. I ain't sure.
Says the one that called it a quail.
He
That
sets
ain't
this
no bug.
sealed letter
It's
on
a
the
bird.
table where anybody can reach it, but drops it there and continues talking. So listen, if you will come with us, or
Right.
come to us in the morning, I must depart immediately for my master's company. You will need to take the road west of here. Head through the Shadow Night Woods. There you will find my master in Barovia.
It's like he
And
knew.
we say sent us.
Oh, you can tell them my name. I am Argal. I'll put that name in for your notes, of course.
Well, Article actually said.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and open this letter.
Please do.
Okay.
It will contain the offering. Here, Mr. Bartender, here. And he takes a fat load of coins off of his waist and gives it to the barkeep. Buy a round for everyone here in this tavern. I can tell their throats are parched. This
I like
party
him.
included.
Yes, please. I like him. Hey, you want to buy an extra round for me? Just you know.
Oh no, this is much too good for tonight, I think.
Oh, okay.
Please stop
Many
trying to
workers
bed one more creature we come across.
When you
Try
travel west,
that. That's
seek the
huge.
village of Barovia. In Barovia, the village shares the same name as my country. You will want to seek out my master, the Burgomaster Kolyan Indirovich. I will also write this because there's a lot of really strange names in this campaign.
Wait, did? Oh no. Okay.
No, what the fuck?
Oh,
I can
man.
help on this matter. Well,
He
I
seeks
must be
our
going.
help? Our help? Our help?
Yes! If you be creatures of honor, you'll be seeking gold, perhaps? You'll be wanting to take this message, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
What if we're
Yes,
seeking
senor.
more than just gold?
Oh, my master is also a very learned man. I am positive that he would be able to assist you in these matters. He is extremely wise in the ways of magic.
Do you know
Why?
anything
Why does
about
he
the
want us?
He needs your help in particular. He has a very special errand. I am not allowed to know specifics. It is all in the message I have left for you.
Gwen, what does the message say?
I don't know.
Wait, can you?
You opened it.
Get an education.
I can't read. Okay, I can read it. Hail thee of might and valor. I, a lowly servant of Barovia, send honor to thee. We plead for that. So, should I read this?
Yes, read it.
You're the
Okay.
one with the message.
You're the one that swiped it off the table.
We plead for thy so desperately needed assistance. The love of my life, Irina Kolyana,
Don't worry, you'll get there.
has. Crane, can you just keep it down for one damn second?
I'm just trying to help.
Oh. Has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our village cannot protect her. She languishes from her wound, and I would have her saved from this menace. There is much wealth in this community. I offer all that might be had to thee and thy fellows, if thou shalt but answer my desperate plea. Come quickly, for her time is at hand. All that I have shall be thine. Kolyan Androvich, Burgomaster.
Good. Good job.
You did an
Good job.
amazing job. You really made it through that
Do you
entire
see the dude's name again? This guy we're talking to.
The
Argal.
guy you were talking to is
He
Argal.
left?
Because in the time
He's
that
already
it took
gone.
Gwyn to read the missive, Argal has swept out of the tavern and has disappeared into the night with his compatriots.
Can y'all stop him? I have more questions. Butter on toast.
I don't think it would do us any good considering how much he refused to answer any questions when he was here the
Butter
first time.
toast.
Butter and toast.
But he may have known something about the rumors of Barovia. He did say he was
May
from
have.
there. So I was asking him, and then I got,
Andrew, do you think you could catch him? He's dead.
He's dead.
Yep, I died again.
He passed out. He drank too much.
No.
Yeah, definitely.
That
Never
might be
mind.
true.
He saw that gold hit the bar and he was like, "Give me the whiskey."
Right?
Sale,
Top
stuff, and
shelf.
Another round.
Top shelf. Okay, well, it
Drinks
looks
one
like,
swig and it's just like, oh.
Mhm.
so it looks like we should stay the night here and then leave in the morning, right? Everyone?
Probably the wisest.
I presume.
I presume we're not leaving tonight. I would like to sleep.
Shut up, that book.
All right. So,
Get rooms. There's
speed things-
one bed in
Yeehaw.
someone's room. Oh no, it's a one bed. I'm just kidding.
Are y'all only buying one bedroom?
No.
I have plenty of gold. I will buy my own. The others can
I will
fight
buy
over
my
other
own
rooms.
bedroom, thank you, sir.
So,
How
if
much is a
you-
bed?
If you purchase your own bed for the night, it is 1 silver piece. Otherwise, you could sleep in the common room.
That's all my money. I sleep in the common room.
All right.
I
I'll
will
be
purchase
taking the
my
bed.
own bed.
The beneficiary of the Burgomaster, Argal, has left enough money to cover anybody sleeping in the common room and the food and drink that you just ate, quite nicely. But like for
Generous
Crane,
man.
you will want to subtract 1 silver piece if you are sleeping on your own because that was not covered. For everybody else, you managed to get your 8 hours of rest, so you've taken a long rest. Normally, if you had used up any effects for the day, this would be where you would recover all of them. Spell slots. Unique one-day-only effects such as like the Draconic Breath for our 2 Dragonborn.
So yeah, definitely keep this in mind. You have to have a long rest before you can recover spell slots and those sort of things.
At least
Very
8
important.
hours.
Some people can get by with a short rest depending on feats and other magical abilities.
Which is
But
1
for
hour.
the most part, yeah, it's very, very, very seldom. For the most part, you're going to want to take a long rest to recover all your spell slots. And that's especially, like I said, important, or like Deadbolt said, important with the spellcasters group. Because you really don't want to get hung up with like 1 or no spell slots on like a surprise awakening. And that does affect surprise awakenings. Like if you get awoken in the middle of the night and you use all your spell slots the next day, or the previous day, I mean,
No spell slots
well,
that
good
night.
luck. You're gonna have to fight that without that because it has to be 8 hours of straight, continuous rest, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it needs to be 8 hours of no more strenuous activity than reading a book, napping, or like eating a tiny bit of food for like 15 minutes. The rest of it needs to be rest. Sorry, go ahead.
Just one question. How much is silver
One
is in
sec,
a gold
gotta
piece
keep-
again?
Oh, good question. I'm gonna double check because I'm pretty sure that it's 10 silver pieces for a gold piece, but I'm just gonna confirm. Gold piece is 5
Okay, yeah, because I purchased my own room too.
Okay.
Same.
Yes. If you break a gold piece, it is 10 silver pieces. So anybody
Okay.
who broke a gold for this, you are down to 9 silver left over from that gold.
Okay.
I just wanted to confirm because I had this confusion in a past campaign where we thought it was 100 for sure. 100 silver pieces to 1 gold piece. It is not. It is 10. I shouldn't have even said that number, but it was very funny when it happened because he was like, "That's so much money."
Oh.
Okay, so those of you who purchased your own rooms, you were able to have some privacy for the evening in a simple but comfortable bed. The rest of you awaken in the common room.
I just want to say real quick
Sure.
that I didn't know that. I was
What?
out of the room feeding the cats. I definitely thought it was 100 silver pieces.
Yeah, see, I did the same thing. I think it might be like a Pathfinder or maybe like certain universes.
It is a
but
It's
Pathfinder.
World of Warcraft.
I think, for sure.
yeah, World of Warcraft is.
Yeah,
Also-
I think it may be
also-
something just in her head.
Go ahead.
So, is there any possible way that I could check the room before I get all comfortable?
Oh, you want to start with this already, huh?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Can I detect traps in the room, sir?
No. But
There
I
are
mean,
no
my
traps,
character
it's
is
a
an
fucking
untrusting,
inn.
cautious person. I don't
Ye-
care.
You may
There
make our
are no
first...
traps. It's an inn where people
I
go
don't
to
care.
spend money to sleep.
No.
Let him have it. You
Go
may
ahead.
make our first stat check or skill
Make
check.
a roll.
Really.
Make a roll for that.
Perception.
Make a roll.
You're gonna roll perception.
Perception? Okay, go ahead. Roll perception then.
I don't remember.
Close the image. Roll perception.
You click the name of the skill.
So
Okay, the
aggressive.
name of the-
Just wait.
What's that
That's-
under?
that
Oh,
man-
oh,
Right there on my screen, the one with the weird Kirby picture, it wants to kill you at all times. And
Yes.
this is time
Avoid
spent
him at all
not
costs.
killing you. So
oh. Yes. I don't remember where perception is.
But be aware
on your
because as
skill
soon as
list.
he runs out of ideas, I'm who he asks. So he'll be like direct messaging.
It's
you in 15
underneath
minutes, so
performance.
come.
They're alphabetical.
Oh.
message you right now.
Stop. I'm typing.
Oh.
Wow. That was,
Wow.
Wow.
that was
Right.
I hope that's the the only one of those.
Noodle, or sorry, Crane. I need to get used to saying names because I'm using out of character and
Do you want to do it or you want me to?
No, I want you to be what I asked. If you don't, if you're okay with it, you were picking on me for messaging you, so I wanted to ask.
True.
But I know something I can do for this, but it's up to you.
Get the ones
Should
out
we
there,
flip for it?
right?
Should we flip for things like this? Crit fails? Tech bug?
Should we flip for crit fails?
I'm saying should we flip who determines what happens? Because something will happen for sure. Like I want something to happen, but it
Well,
can be you or me.
punishment.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Alright, you
for
call
this. I have the other one. I'm gonna call Tails.
So that's 2, I'm guessing, because I'm rolling a d2.
Yes, it would be
Alright.
2.
Oh,
And here we go,
Take-
baby.
Take it away.
Oh boy.
All right. So, what were you just saying? You walked into your room, right, to do a perception check?
yes.
Okay.
To check the
So
room.
you manage. You walk into the room. You look around. It's a completely normal room as far as you can tell. You take another step, and you manage to slip on the entrance mat for some reason. It seems it wasn't secured enough. Maybe the duct tape from the last visitor hadn't held enough. But it seems you slipped, and you've been knocked unconscious for the entire night.
You didn't even make it to bed. You've just been laying on the floor the whole night.
I've just been laying on the pleasant floor. At
You
least it was
just
a
happened to
private
hit-
room.
Oh
At
my
least it was a
God.
private room.
You fell, and because of your +2 dex, you managed to roll out of the way of injuring yourself, like, at all. But you did happen to hit your head on the side of the wall a little bit, and just happened to bonk you right in the temple just the right way to where you kind of knocked out. So, because of that, you're not gonna get any of your long sleep bonuses.
Oh.
So much.
You're technically gonna be knocked out and prone.
Well, good thing he hasn't used anything yet.
I was gonna say, you
Yeah,
don't,
I
you
haven't used any,
anything.
so
He got
Exactly,
lucky
but
today.
this is a warning.
He got
it's a
lucky
warning,
today.
but I ain't gonna just.
All right,
let
well,
it slide.
roll
gotta
another
keep
one next time, you little bitch. Let's see what happens. All right.
I will.
Okay.
All of a sudden,
So-
he falls on top of a flat, incredibly flaccid penis, but
Oh.
he decides, for some reason,
Okay.
Just-
Okay.
so he's out. He's out for the night. Next person.
Yep. The night passes. Eventfully for some, uneventfully for others. Those of you who are spellcasters, now is when you would choose to prepare your spells if you are a spellcaster that does prepared spells. Some of you don't prepare, some of you know all your spells automatically. But we've had the discussion during the tutorial, during session 0, whether you need to pick spells for the day and you can only cast those today or otherwise. But now is when you do it, after you've had
I
your
think
long rest.
we should have to do that just because it's so in line with certain character archetypes.
For sure, yeah. Wizards
I
have
don't
to do
like
it.
saying that because I think it's really annoying, but still, I always found it really annoying when I was playing. But still, I think it's like an archetype thing.
I don't remember. Was there a limit to the spells you can prepare? It was,
Yes.
or was it just a time frame?
No,
It
it's
should
a
tell
limit to spells in your, when you look at your character sheet, if you
Yeah,
click
yeah.
on your
I
class
don't
in your
remember.
features, it will tell you for each of you. I made sure it was super, like, I'm not going to say intuitive, but it's all, like, in your features. So you click features on your
Oh,
character
features.
sheet.
Okay, yeah,
You
yeah.
click class levels. So, for example, Crane is a wizard. And if you scroll down, it will tell you, ignore the arcane traditions because you're not second level yet.
Yeah.
But it will say on, oh no, sorry, it doesn't say it on class level. It says it on your spell casting under passive abilities. So it'll say spell casting, druid, wizard, bard, whatever spellcaster you are. And then it'll say preparing and casting spells. At first level, you can prepare. Choose a
It will
number of
also
spells to your
say-
into
Let's
mod
see.
plus wizard level.
Where does it say this for me?
For you, Barum, it says it so you click feature. Oh wait, why is yours missing?
Oh.
Yours is missing. I'm not sure why. I will
Intelligence
fix it.
modifier. Oh, so it's equal to my intelligence modifier
Plus,
plus
wizard
my
level,
wizard level.
which is 1, so you get plus
Which is
1.
Yeah, so +1 exactly.
So
Okay. So I only get
what's
one.
the modifier? Okay, I have a
Here's your-
+4 modifier.
I just added your spellcasting bard, Barum, so you should be able to see the specific number of spells you can prepare.
Yeah, so I have a
Okay.
+4 modifier plus my level would make
Where is
5.
it that I can see it though? in here?
So you click features, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You scroll down to spellcasting bard, and then it's further down. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure bards are the class that you have all known spells prepared. So
Oh.
that you know 4 spells,
Mm-hmm.
and that means you have 4 prepared spells. You know all spells.
Oh,
are prepared.
okay.
You're
So
one of those
they're all
classes.
prepared. Okay,
Correct.
cool.
All right. I'm sure
Heck
Rex
yeah.
knows, or sorry, Mithras knows his cleric. So and
I can
clerics
double
know all their
verify that
spells.
all bard spells are
Yes.
pre-prepared.
Good.
Perfect.
Okay.
Awesome.
As long as you know it, you have it prepared. Some people have to choose in advance. For example, druids. She's
Yeah,
got it.
druids and wizards get fucked.
And then there's a rogue who's like, spells? What are spells?
What are spares?
I have
I just
9
want to stabby
different
stab with my
spells.
knife.
I cast
Can I
steal.
cast? Is it casting a spell if I throw this dagger at his face?
I cast make your face bleed.
Directions wasn't the
I
only
just punch
thing
him.
that
I cast
Argyle
anal
left for the
repose.
party.
Okay.
A bag of gold and directions wasn't the only thing that Argyle left for the party.
Yay.
Sitting just outside, belonging to no one there, and supposedly left overnight for your convenience, the stable master tells you, is a carriage,
Ooh.
Oh,
which will convey you to
On
your
horseback.
destination.
how convenient.
Wait.
There is a carriage driver who
Me.
offers to
Me.
well, it's a person who's already there. I'm saying
Oh.
there is already a carriage driver who
No,
simply
I like the horsey.
Yeah, you're trying to take their job, all right?
I'm a horse girl. What can I say?
She just wants to steal all the jobs.
It is very dangerous on this road. I do not want you outside the carriage. Please, for your safety. My master would kill me if he knew anything happened to you on the road in this foliage woods.
Okay, I like your accent.
This is very suspicious.
I thought your character was supposed to not be very trusting, Frog.
Well, yeah, but she's
But horses!
Hello.
it's fine.
them out of the road. Get them out of the road.
I am glad you have liking accent. I like your accent.
This is feeling a bit too convenient for me. I don't know.
He opens
Yeah,
the carriage
this is
door,
very
and there are seats for 6 people inside.
Showed up, offered us gold, gave us a carriage
Um,
ride.
I'd like.
I'm riding Hot Mama in the front right, so.
Am I able to make a perception check on the carriage?
On the
And
carriage.
carriage rider.
You can right on go ahead. Go on ahead, make a perception check on that there carriage.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Okay. Just a
Oh my god, let me go ahead and roll my shitty ass
Oh my
perception
god,
check. Just give me a
this
second,
tickle-
darlings.
Tickle me pink.
Just go ahead and tickle me pink, and by I mean go ahead and tickle me pink, and by that I mean go ahead and roll a d20 for perception, alright?
Look at
20.
look at Rex in the corner. Rex is like, I'm waiting for the real
no.
traps. I know they're coming.
Almost a nat 20, but it was a 2. I'm so sorry.
It looks like a carriage. Get inside, you cunt.
Right, guys, I guess it's safe to go.
It is a carriage and it is 100%
Hey, everybody,
safe.
this carriage showed up for us. Let's get inside.
Yep, that is the attitude.
That's it. She's just piling in.
I
Roll
think
a
it looks
2.
pretty safe. Looks pretty sturdy. I trust
Bar,
this
I
mysterious
think
man.
we should
Gwyn
let her
checked it.
go first, just to
Gwyn
test
checked
to
it.
make sure
Y'all
it's
are ready
safe.
to go. Alright, do you hop in first, Gwyn?
Yeah.
Alright, you hop in. There's nice velvet plush seats of a dark, almost like port color.
Lovely.
And the interior has curtains so that you don't even have to look outside if you don't want to.
I would like to draw
quite
the
nice.
curtains, please.
Curtains are drawn. Alright, is everybody
I
else
thought you were gonna
piling
say
in?
that.
Undraw my curtains on my side.
There's a knock on the curtain.
No, thank you. I'm
Who was-
okay.
who was
Everybody's
Silence.
like, nope, nope.
Put it away.
Mithras looks up at the carriage driver. As a cleric of the unconquered sun, I would not mind if to ride upon the carriage beside thee.
Oh no, no,
Oh.
please. You do not understand. I appreciate your effort, but it is worth my life.
I can protect your life.
No, no, no. You cannot protect me from the burgomaster if he knows I let you ride outside the carriage in his foliage woods.
Hold on.
Crane,
Mithras, get in
Crane's
the
kind of
carriage.
getting real suspicious here.
Let's
Hold
see.
on.
Is there a... Oh, there is a persuade.
Roll for
There is a
persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. 13. That's a good-
I actually know the
number.
DC if you want me to tell you the DC.
Can I?
I was just
'Cause
saying
he's-
you to tell me.
But I don't
I
care.
know
serious.
it's not that. Yeah.
I don't
so
care if you
continue.
tell me the DC. Just if I succeed or
No,
fail.
I'm telling Techbug. Sorry, I have
Oh,
to co-DM sometimes. I need to try to say I'm talking to Techbug sometimes.
You talk to him over and over again, and he just keeps. No, I can't. I cannot. He would be so upset if he wanted to. Do you want to try again for negative? You can try to roll again, but you get a
Can
negative 2 on it.
Can I actually try since I have my charisma is quite high?
You will also get a
Crane.
negative 2. But go ahead.
Okay.
He's very adamant about
He's
it.
already kind of pissed off because you guys are talking.
He's already
so
kind
go
of
ahead.
perfect. This is great. Excuse me, good sir. Would there be any way that you could help our friend here? He doesn't really want to be confined within the carriage. He would feel much more comfortable in the ride, just sitting next to you and talking about whatever he fancies him.
Roll for persuasion.
Whatever he fancies him.
As I just roll my eyes and get in the
So do I have
carriage.
to do a disadvantage or just a normal roll?
No, you want to do a normal roll, and I'm just gonna go.
Okay. Oof.
Oof.
All right.
Never mind. It seems to be not working on the man who's pissed.
No. All of you, shut the fuck up. Just get in the back of the car. Just shut the fuck up. I'm driving here, okay? I have to do this. I'm paid for this, okay? Please,
think we should
please don't
walk.
let him know, okay? No, shut the fuck up. Get in the back of the car. I'm taking you where we're going, okay? You told me I'm going to drive there, okay?
I'm already in there. So
Shut the fuck up.
I got up while they were
Just
trying to
started ripping
convince
up
you.
his notes
You
like,
shut
no.
the fuck up, too. I'm driving
There
there,
goes,
okay?
there goes.
While
that
listening to the
idea.
sweet harmony of arguing, I just pull out my lyre and start strumming on it.
I appreciate your attempt, Crane, but it was okay. I am willing.
Do you want to roll for something for that, Kanani?
Nah, just playing.
Oh,
No.
are
Do I
you
have to
sure?
roll?
Are you sure, Kanani?
Are you sure you could roll?
You
for
could try to
something?
calm him.
You could do that. Do you want to?
Ooh.
Is that something? Is that a? Do I get a negative thing for that?
You know what? You'll know when you roll it. Won't you?
What am I
sweetheart? Go ahead
rolling?
and
What am I
go ahead and roll
rolling?
that
Am I
roll.
rolling a persuasion?
What? Hold on. What are you attempting
What do you
to
have?
do, Barum? What are you attempting
Yeah,
to
what-
do, Barum?
I was just playing music while being amused to them arguing. He was the one that
Well,
brought up
you can do stuff with
persuasion.
your music though. Do you want to you can do like calming stuff
Just like
at some point?
the arguing, the tone of the argument.
I just found it amusing. Sure, I can try to. What?
It's up to you.
I just see the GM making faces. I don't know what it means.
What? No, he's not making faces. He's not on camera.
You can't see me, yeah.
Could you mean it's like this went from a friendly game to a hostile game?
It's always hostile.
Excuse me.
It's always
Okay.
hostile.
Would you mind trying to calm our friend? I seem to have just made things worse.
I just love to hear your lovely music. I would
Such a wonderful tone. Would you mind
Yes.
playing something for us?
I would be
Fine.
inclined to hear
So
that.
because of
So,
the
let's
because
do
of
do a roll for performance.
performance. Okay.
Yes.
Normal.
Yes.
I've got a little pillow.
Oh.
Read that +3. All right.
Damn.
Kanani's
I'll
gonna save
see
us.
this is
So
beautiful.
you start playing in the background the carriage and everything, just to kind of calm everybody down. Everybody seems to be a little bit entranced by everything. A bunch of people were a little, mixed up beforehand about the whole, riding alongside the
The
carriage
horses.
master incident. But after everybody kind of calmed down, he was fine. He even showed He even showed Crane
Oh.
the horses at the front and let him sit alongside him for a few minutes. But everybody was so entranced with the song, there wasn't really too much conversation. So he just saw the horses, took it as appreciation, went to the back, sat back and relaxed a little bit as the carriage continued on. In scene.
And scene.
Thank you so much. That's really lovely.
Thank you, Barum.
love this
It's getting a
welcome.
little hairy for a moment.
Bard powers, I tell you what.
The
Did
bard
you see how
powers.
masterfully she handled that? She's a
Would you
natural.
be able to play an
This is only the
instrument
first
for me?
time she
Power.
rolled. Just wait.
Could you play me a song before I go to bed next time to keep me from
Yes,
tripping on
everybody,
rugs?
I would like you to take
If
your
you
clothes
pay
off.
me.
Here's my song. The wet ass pussy got this wet ass pussy.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
This is the anthem.
So, Crane, you're also nursing a little bit of a headache after last night. But the
Why is your
music
head
does
throbbing,
wonders
Crane?
for it. The carriage drives westward into the woods.
The bed wasn't nearly as comfortable as I thought it would be.
Did you make it into
Sorry
the
to hear
bed?
that.
Your room was next to mine. I heard a loud thud.
Ah, yes, I felt so tired that I flopped on the bed thinking it was going to be far more cushioned than it actually was. I guess I
Barb?
just missed the old bed back home.
I get that.
Hmm.
I get that.
Barm went to check and he was like, Crane?
Hey,
Meanwhile, Crane.
Yeah, he's probably okay. Yeah, he's comatose.
I do love me a soft pile of vines as well, so I know exactly what you
Soft piles.
I know not of what you speak. The monastery beds are all hard.
mean. Stone. You have some stone.
Is that a choice for the beds of stone, or is that just something that they don't have the funds?
The druid knows not of what she speaks. They are normal, standard beds, but they are simply hide stretched across a wooden frame.
It doesn't surprise me, Matt, that druid's. If she doesn't know what she speaks. If you have seen the flowers in her hair, you would wonder what she has in her head.
I swear there's not flowers in there.
If I had to guess,
I
She-
swear there's not flowers
her
in there. 'Cause
brain-
They ain't nothing.
her brain is about much like the little squirrels that the druids are so fond of.
Excuse
They
me.
run amok them.
I knew not
There
to
ain't no
trust
flowers
those.
because there ain't
Oh.
nothing there. If there was something in there, there might be flowers, but there ain't nothing there.
Chris, I
I-
don't know why you gotta be so rude sometimes. This
I-
is I just do
I
not
mean,
She
it-
may
understand
have
it.
she may have the mind of a squirrel, but she has the heart to like no other.
I mean it in jest, of course.
What
We
is
have
this
belief.
noise that's happening?
What
I
is
don't
happening?
That's apparently
Is there
the
a
carriage
creature?
driver just like.
It's
I
not
love
a
these
bad
fucking horses. The carriage driver is secretly Mr. Hands.
Oh my
no.
god.
No.
Oh no! Everybody who knows that reference just cringe.
What sound does a
Alright.
horse make?
Continue, Deadbolt. Everybody shut the fuck up.
I was letting a beautiful moment of RP happen. They were talking, Piglet. They
That's
were
all.
talking.
You
As
don't
I
have it,
was
Lord, don't worry.
saying,
Don't worry.
I mean
I'll
it
fight
in jest.
Mithras
We
next
of the
time, it's
Soul
fine.
Invictus do not. We of the Soul Invictus appreciate.
Rex,
our-
I know what you look like now.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
I just wanted to let you know.
It seems as though even the voices of the god keep interrupting you, Mithras.
So it would seem. It seems there are two conflicting gods among us.
Gay.
Leads one to wonder which is the true god.
We know not.
Night.
The sun remains unconquered.
Continue, child.
So, carriage rolls westward. It should have probably crossed out of the woods at some point. An hour passes, maybe two. It's quite pleasant in the carriage despite there not being a road, it seemed, leaving it out of the lumber park. And despite that, it is a relatively decent drive. It seems like whoever owns this carriage certainly spent some money to give it some things like springs and absorption and things like that. This is definitely a nobleman's conveyance from place to place. It gives you some hope, perhaps, for the riches that the note spoke about to come. As the day draws to what should be mid-afternoon, the sun seems to almost fade completely.
Well, it's that time again.
Rather than just being directly overhead or even just an overcast, the darkness begins to enclose around the carriage fairly rapidly for this time of day. The woods go from the normal hardy pine, sort of evergreen woods into
To a
more
deep magical darkness.
to a deep magical darkness. The trees are blighted. There is a fog about a foot or two deep in most places, rolling along the ground. Anybody who cares to peek outside the carriage becomes immediately aware that the environment has changed dramatically. Something that would not be normally associated with just rolling through the woods and going to a different woods, but perhaps going to a different place altogether. There is a howl at one point,
Did y'all hear that?
distant and
Gwyn, I thought that
Far
was your
away.
stomach.
Not right now. I'm not too pecked.
you start
Figured it
hearing
out
the
now.
carriage driver curse in a language you have never heard before.
He seems quite he seems quite disgruntled with this.
He seems to be driving the horses faster, as if in fear of something.
Someone look outside. I can't do it.
Mithras will look outside.
Mithras, where's the sun? Where's your sun gone?
There is no sun, Mithras. There is
Mithras?
light. It is not complete darkness. It is not nighttime. But for a midday point, having just left the tavern and only spent maybe an hour or two on the road, it is so dark, oddly dark. The light of the sun has gone. Mithras is taking in this scene, starting to realize with a little bit of a realization that maybe you found what you've been looking for, but also the realization that this is the work that's been cut out for you as well. A flash! Gray fur cuts across the edge of your vision and goes around the front. The curses of the coach driver are cut off short,
Uh-oh.
and there is no more sound. The horses continue for a while, but then slowly come to a stop, leaving behind the sound of the wolves.
I think we might have lost our less than friendly carriage driver.
Perhaps he should have sat in the carriage.
Are
What
the
about the horses?
are they calm? Are they freaking out?
The horses are calm and still, oddly so. It seems like maybe they're trained to come to a standstill if they're not actively being led onward. And it certainly seems like, based on what Mithras just saw and the fact that the carriage isn't moving, that you are indeed now alone. Just the five of you with this carriage.
Mithras, maybe you should get out and drive the horses.
I think perhaps I should see what is going on.
Okay.
And Mithras will open the carriage and step out, or look around before stepping
Gwyn
out.
will. Gwyn,
Mhm.
Gwyn is receded to the back of the carriage like this.
How dark is it inside the carriage, by the way? Is it like
Ins-
super dark?
If the curtains are drawn, if everybody drew the curtains, it is not pitch black, but like dim light.
Medium dark.
Okay.
Medium dark.
Medium dark.
Stepping outside the carriage doesn't improve that situation very much. Like I said, the sun has disappeared beneath a pall that hangs over the woods, and even at your feet there's this fog that is now coating everything. Only blighted trees are around, and you can see now that there is actually a road. You at least made it far enough that there seems to be a direction to go, and as you might have expected, there is no sign of a coach driver at the front of the carriage anymore.
I think he's dead.
Before completely stepping out, I'm going to pull an amulet, a sun disk amulet from around my neck, and I'm going to cast light on it
Okay.
and leave it inside the I'm going to kind of tie it inside the carriage as like a hanging light
Yay.
Okay.
to provide light, and then I'm going to step outside.
You have turned on the car light inside the carriage.
Nice. Thank you.
Dad is yelling from the driver's seat, "Turn that light off, I'm gonna wreck this vehicle."
Cannot see up
We're
ahead.
all gonna die now.
Mithras exits the carriage and sees this lack of a coach driver. Horse is not moving. No more sounds of howling, thankfully. But it is perhaps not best to stay here for long, given what just occurred. You realize, Mithras.
Gwyn, do you have the ability to speak to animals?
Yeah.
That's a good
She's
question.
like, do I?
So here's the thing, I can talk to them,
Like
but
it.
like I don't really know what they're saying back, so you know, I can do that.
It's like I'm hearing
You should
Mexican at a phone store. I know you want 2 phones, but like I don't know exactly what to do.
You should have the ability to understand the back if you use the spell.
I don't have that.
Druids don't have all spells prepared? I thought they did. No, they don't.
They
Right.
do not. Druids have to pick.
right.
Druids
No, it's
know
like
all
2
their
daily or
spells.
something.
Druids know all their spells, but they don't have them all prepared.
Well, right. Yeah. So she. Okay. So she doesn't.
No,
Mhm.
I can talk
I
to
will
them
be
if
back
you want me
very
to
quickly.
tell them something, but I don't know what they're saying back. I'm so
The druid-
sorry.
The druid inside me is hurting right now.
I'm
have the
gonna
ability to
roll for a,
animal.
hold on, let me see.
Number
Hold on,
one.
give me a.
Animal
Please
handling.
give me a break.
Gwyn, roll
Would
for
it be
animal handling.
Would it be animal handling?
It would be
Okay.
animal handling.
Okay, give me just a second.
Noodle has disappeared.
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
This is going pretty well so far. We'll be able to get some stuff done.
I'm so sorry.
Nothing has changed.
Can I try again?
You can take a -2 and try again.
I'll do
What?
that.
I don't think that's a 5e thing. That's more of a Pathfinder thing, the multiple tests.
I'm making it up.
Okay.
Well, if we're not supposed to do it, it's fine.
I'm
That's
not
the
going to
beauty
counteract.
of D&D.
I'm not going to argue in front of the children.
Red Bull?
This is the beauty of D&D. To me.
Is
Make
making up
another
your own
roll.
rules?
Make
She's-
another roll -2.
I'm not gonna counteract Dad here. Mommy will let you make the roll.
Go ahead, son.
I'm enjoying it a lot so far, Coochie Man. It's fun.
The
Well-
impression is you try to speak.
Sorry,
with
I'm not
these
talking a
animals,
ton. I'm
and
trying
what you
to.
said, a one-way kind of communication.
I'm getting a
The
feel
only
of
thing
everything.
That strikes you as strange about this scenario is that they seem oddly calm about this. Normally, horses would be panicky. They'd be trying to get, their heads tossed around, trying to see past their shaders. They are chilled out. The carriage driver disappearing didn't even phase them. They are totally at
Yeah,
a
like you know
standstill.
The Witcher when you run even close to like a wolf and the horses are like, holy shit, I gotta get the fuck out of here. It's nothing even close to that. They're just hanging out,
No panic.
no problems.
Otherwise,
I think-
not able to get anything from them.
So I think something strange did happen, but considering they aren't really scared and their driver got snatched just up like a rag, I don't know what could have happened, but they're not really
Like a
scared of
rag.
nothing.
Does your order know that you have left?
Does it?
That seems like a no.
I will not respond.
Answer the question.
I will not respond. I choose to turn away.
That means they do not know.
Answer the question.
Doubt has flooded your party.
I am scared. I am scared. I'm so
It matters not. We all have our
Am I about to get Call Me Carson out here in the middle of the woods with this 16-year-old?
Is there
And their
anyone
Twitter
inside the
DMs.
carriage who would wish to ride atop it while I guide these horses back to their home?
Wait, what? Repeat.
Right atop.
He's gonna guide the
Is
horses.
there
and
anyone
shit back
who
to their
wishes to
house.
ride atop with me while I guide these horses home?
I can go with you, Mithras.
Thank God someone else said it.
2 Dragonborn take the driver's seat, essentially the compartment outside the carriage on the front, taking the reins.
Fair.
Does everybody else go back inside with Mithras's
Yes.
light?
Yes.
Yeah,
Alright.
and I'm gonna draw back one of the open up one of the curtains.
Yes, I would like to open my curtains as well.
Curtains open, ready for war. Mithras, roll an animal handling check.
Here we go. Nat 20.
Maybe I should have
Going
done
up through.
that.
Boom.
Okay.
Okay.
You do everything in your power to get the horses moving. You try to repeat what the carriage driver said. You try whipping them. You try being nice to
Oh.
them, speaking softly, being hard. Nothing works. The horses stand in place, and seem to purposely ignore you.
Maybe Barum should give it a try.
Hey, Crane. Or Crane.
That's you.
me.
That's
I'm
you.
talking to myself.
Not
Mithras,
again.
did you happen to see where the driver made off to or was taken off to?
I merely saw a flash of fur and then the cursing ceased. I assume he was either taken or it was all a show and he left with the beasts.
If only there was a way to.
Usually I
the
wonder.
darkness.
Most
If only
trained
there was a
animals.
way.
Most trained animals like to remain close to their owners. I wonder if the owner is still close by.
The owner should be the burgomaster.
Which leads me to wonder if the burgomaster is nearby.
I think not. That would be rather foolish of him.
I say we shouldn't find out, and we should just keep
These
going.
are big thoughts you guys are having.
We could. Is there a road or at least a
There's
path?
a road. As
Yes,
I mentioned,
there's a road.
There's a
it
road,
seems like
yes.
where there wasn't one going out of the lumber path, now suddenly you are on
Oh,
not cobble, but a dirt, well-worn path that goes
A
deeper into the
shitty
woods.
board and
I
asphalt.
missed I missed
Like
that.
one out there in the boondocks.
That's the one.
Where I'm from.
It would seem perhaps it might be that we must take this on foot from here on out.
On foot.
I mean, maybe if you're a little pussy,
Bar,
you don't think that car's
Does
got goddamn
Barum,
four-wheel
would you be
drive,
able to-
son?
So, who is setting off on foot before we get on another massive tangent?
We should give it another try. Someone
Barum,
else should
should
try their
someone
hand at
else
the
try?
rein.
All right. Was anybody else wanting to try the horses?
Anyone else
try.
capable of handling these animals?
Roll for animal handling.
Go for
Once again, I will try my best to do what I'm supposed to do. Okay.
I need a nerd. Wow.
Um,
it. Same reaction. Calm, resolute, defiance.
I'm sorry. Maybe someone else. I'm not having a lucky night tonight.
Who is better to the +4 though? No one.
No one. Even the druid doesn't have it.
Yeah, and I don't have it either.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So it looks like you're stuck footing it.
Are you guys
I'm
heading
gonna
off
move
on the
on
road?
foot and stay here. So I guess let's go.
Yup.
Alright.
Right?
Is everybody following Gwen? Since
I'm-
she
I
said
don't
Yeah.
want to go in front.
They are following me because I'm using my dark vision.
Uh-oh.
There it
I
is.
can also
God!
I can
My
also
God!
use my dark vision.
He said the D word! He said the D word!
I would like to suggest we all move together down this road.
What is the marching
Considering
order?
sitting here at
Ambulance
the
from
carriage
the
isn't going to get us anywhere.
Real
Maybe
quick,
don't
what
forget
is
it.
the usual marching order for the party? So I only have to ask this once.
I'm not
Well,
in
the
front.
cleric probably being the
Mithras up front.
heaviest armor would probably be best up front.
Hmm.
Close
And
to
I have,
Andrel.
like-
Close to
I have,
Andrel,
like,
'cause
no
Andrel's
help,
gonna
so-
help you with.
You shouldn't be at the back though, in case we get attacked
No.
from behind. So you should be in the
No,
middle.
I'm thinking more middle or right behind. Or, well,
Alright.
yeah, more middle.
Hmm.
Crane, and then
Middle
Gwen in
back.
the middle. Does this mean that Barum usually takes the rear?
Sure.
Yeah, I can take the rear.
Well, you had mentioned that you had the dark vision,
Yeah,
so
I
you
know.
might be helping.
I could see you
Well, I
being
can
up near the
also use
front
dark vision.
anyways, so that way you can get up ahead and get behind people that are attacking in the front.
Rain will
Dragon
Okay.
watch behind us.
And I will also
What?
use dark vision so we can have more eyes out.
Of course. So you always know what's happening, and the DMs can't pull any shenanigans ever.
Oh,
Exactly.
Can you also use dark vision? That's so impressive. Okay, great.
I
Good
know,
to
right? Great, isn't it?
So,
I love dark vision.
with this marching order established, I'm assuming Mithras, you still take your light and have it with you, so at least you have that little bit of extra
Yeah.
protection.
He takes the amulet off the roof of the carriage and puts it back around his neck so it's shining from off of him.
Okay.
Nice.
Mithras or Andril, since you guys are in front, do you guys say anything as you're about to head out? Hi ho, hi ho.
Hi ho, hi ho.
It's off
Off
to
to
work we
work,
go.
motherfuckers.
I suggest since it's so dark that we should probably remain in communication, or at least close enough to know where each other are.
The carriage doors close, shut dramatically. The horses rein up and disappear into the darkness ahead of you.
What is happening?
I do believe a droid has just died.
Right? That's what it sounded like for
And
real.
the carriage disappears into the darkness ahead.
That is
Hopefully nobody left
unfortunate.
anything in there.
Check your
Mithras,
pockets.
did you happen to grab your pendant?
He turns and the light just like
Of course
shines
I
right
did.
in your face.
Of course
would
I
never
grab my
forget my
pendant
holy
that
amulet.
I always grab when weaving carriages.
All right. Having established a marching order and hoping that you do not suffer the same fate as this hapless coach driver, you take off further into the woods. You can assume that this must be the Svalich woods that Argal mentioned. I'll give you another few notes. As they seem to be distinctly different from the woods in Karnath that you had left behind. Although it is odd, like I had mentioned before, heading westward you should have hit Karth or any of the other capital cities by now, maybe even come out of the woods completely. But this seems to be a vast, several hours walking journey at this point into the woods. The sun refusing to shine, the mist overhead almost completely solid the whole while. Truly, Mithras, this is the land where the sun is no longer being seen. It's definitely an ensorcel of some kind. What is everybody's passive perception?
Is that a dying
Ooh,
bird?
good question.
Yeah, I need to know everybody's passive perception.
What-
And on top of that, I'm assuming everybody is on high alert, so I'll also need you guys to make
You?
perception checks. The
Let's
passive
do it.
perception is the
Passive per-
number...
Is it the
It should be on here.
Is it the little grayed
It's
out
not
number?
on.
with
Is it
parentheses?
not on here?
Is it
I
the
thought
number
it
in
was something.
parentheses, or is that something else?
No, that's something else. So if
That's
you,
what attribute.
If you
Oh,
don't
that's
have
right.
perception
think. Oh, maybe not.
trained, in other words, if you don't have a tick mark
I
next
don't
to
see it. No.
perception,
Yeah.
your passive perception is just your wisdom score.
Yeah.
Oh, 14.
14, okay.
If you have it, it's a
No,
plus.
wait. It shouldn't
Oh
be.
no,
a-
wait, it's the
it should
plus.
be-
It's
10
plus
10
it.
plus your modifier.
Sorry, 10 plus the modifier. So for Crane, it should be 12, actually, because
Yes,
it's going to be
it's
10 plus
12.
2.
So yeah, mine's 10.
What is
10, okay.
mine? I
Mithras
have
is
just
14.
two. And
You should have a better-ish one because... Oh no, you don't have perception trained. You have 14 passive perception.
okay.
I only have
That's a
10.
terrible check.
So in the future, when I ask for passive perception, that's mostly going to be a Gwyn thing because she has the highest one. In other words, generally speaking, she is most alert just because of how passive perception works. But
Wait,
I'm also
what
going
is
to
your
be
passive
asking
14.
because she's
Yeah,
got the
mine's
wisdom.
14.
Oh,
Mine's
you have
also
the 14 too. Okay, so also Mithras.
So
The
it's
two of them are on Sentinel duty. But I can also ask for these passive, or for these, sorry, these passive, or I keep saying passive, perception
Active.
checks in order to see if anybody rolls anything higher and notices something different. I only have Mithras, right, so far? Okay, there's Gwyn's.
Okay, so
That's just a d20 though.
just a normal.
It's just a perception skill check.
Bear
No
the
advantage or anything.
You can click on where it says perception and it rolls.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Alright, Barum, Crane. Just need Andros.
Ooh.
Dang.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. You are traveling along this road for a few more hours after the carriage leaves you in the dust, quite literally, when Andril is the first one to notice, but not the only one to notice, a stench that is familiar to the people who do catch it immediately. The stench of something dead.
Oh, dude, I was actually thinking that, man.
The stench of something that has died and has been left to rot a little too long. Something that you would definitely have encountered on a battlefield that had been left behind.
Like I said, marijuana.
Something wafting in your
This
direction.
isn't danky.
Keeping an eye out while you continue to march a little bit, you quickly find the source of this stench. There is a body laying in the road a short distance away. Bloodied. Looks like it has been here for a little bit, but not terribly long. Perhaps a few days, not weeks, not completely rotted away, but a day's old body covered in blood. What do you do?
Investigate.
Investigate?
Check
Okay,
it
roll
out.
Investigation.
Yes. Gwen goes a little quiet at this stench.
Sorry, I spilled some water on my floor from a unspecific piece of material. So 1 sec.
Bong water.
Shut the fuck up!
I will also. So is everybody investigating it, or are we just cautiously approaching?
Anybody who would like
Anyone
to
who has
investigate it,
investigation trained.
roll investigation.
Yeah.
Anybody
I don't.
who has
Investigation
it
trained,
trained,
I-
roll for it.
Okay.
Oh, Andrew.
Oof.
Mithras is not investigating.
Okay. So
I
we
am
got-
not doing
I don't.
well
I
today.
don't have it trained, so.
Okay. Gwen, Andrew,
Yeah.
and Barum go up to get a closer look at the body. Andrew makes the astute observation: this man is dead.
He's dead.
So it seems.
He has a little bit of a brain fart. This man is
I
definitely dead.
pronounce you a dead.
Gwen
I could
and
smell that from
Barum
here.
are able to notice that this is a human corpse in particular. He is
God.
almost half buried in the underbrush that he has been found in. The road is exceptionally unwell kept, and so it seems like no accident that he's been left here for this long. Nobody really travels on this. His clothes are torn apart and raked with claw marks. Crows have already been at the bodies, but it doesn't seem like, and the druid notices this, that the thing that went after him really bothered to stay and eat, so to speak. There's not like organs missing or a lot like that. It seems like whatever it was killed him, moved on. Dead for several days, and also he is carrying and this is something that Barum finds because she rolled the highest investigation. He is clutching an envelope in his hands, which I will show.
What
now.
does it say?
Barum, you found it this time, so you can read for us if you would
The
like.
real letter.
Okay. Hail thee of might and valor. I, the burgomaster.
No, you gotta read the title.
Oh, you already read it. The real letter from the
I just said
burgomaster.
that part.
Okay.
Goodness.
All right. Hail thee of might and valor. I, the burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Koliana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire for over 400
Vampire.
years. This creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. Now my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power, that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There's much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. Kolyan Indro, however you say that, burgomaster.
Jesus, hell yeah!
It seems as though we have been hoodwinked.
This is
I
the
knew I didn't
Jesus
trust
campaign, bitches.
I knew there was something
Get
fishy about that
ready.
guy.
There was something strange about how much he was willing to spend his gold on this.
Mm.
It's true. I
Very
wasn't
odd.
particularly trusting of him, but this letter
Says the
just
one that tried to
proved
bed him.
That's a horse's head. You see that?
What?
So, what do the five of you do now?
We cannot see this tech bug. It is probably hidden from us.
No, he's literally clicking on the horse's head.
Pinging the
Oh.
horse's
He's
head.
just dumb. I forgot.
It's right there.
He's just
This
dumb.
is where you
I
guys
forgot.
came out of.
Oh, whoa. I thought
Oh.
it came out of my mother's womb.
No,
If
that'd
I
be
ever-
over here.
His mother's womb? Crane? Your mother is a
I
horse?
think you were going to say something serious. Help
Yeah,
us.
let's
I
stop
was
talking about the
before.
horses, y'all. They're gone.
I was until the laughing god spoke.
Oh man.
Curse your chaos, laughing god.
I can't remember his name for the life of me anymore, but I'll look it
Kagarak.
up.
Kagarak.
Kagarak.
Yeah.
Okay. It seems we have been hoodwinked, and if I recall the myths, it will be impossible to leave. We must continue to press forward.
Press forward then, fuckers.
Does everybody follow Mithras?
I would like to continue going this way as well. The
Alright.
stench reminds me of my hometown. I want to.
Party. Body. My bad.
Andrew, sorry,
Go
Andrew,
ahead.
what?
Nothing.
Oh,
Oh.
nothing.
So,
Crane looks back at the body. What a waste.
What a waste.
The Gwen looks at him suspiciously.
it's a real shame you told us your school of magic before you made the character, if you wanted to keep it a secret. But, you know,
I know.
we're here now. So, you continue along this road, deeper into the Spalach Woods, and come, finally, just a short extra hour after finding the body, out of the woods and into a tiny clearing. Ahead of you, you can see the road leads up to a village that is mostly covered in the same dense, low-lying fog that has covered this entire land, but it just barely peeks out over the horizon. A series of low buildings, maybe 1 or 2 stories tall each, only a handful of them standing a little bit higher than that. A very squalid-looking town. There are no lights, no lamps in this town, no sign of life from this distance. And rising in the distance above this small town that you can assume at this point to be perhaps Barovia, the village of Barovia, for which the country itself takes its name. But above that village is a towering castle, several turrets extending from a main fortress, with the spires reaching high up into the foggy sky, up piercing the fog itself and disappearing into the darkness above. There is nothing here except to press further and make it to the village itself.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Once arriving at the village,
Now you do?
the
This whole
gates
time.
are already opened. There are several metal or steel, trying to think of the right word, gate already popped open for you, like a portcullis kind of fashion. After entering into the village itself, these gates, without anybody there to touch them, swing shut behind you. And you have arrived in Barovia itself. As I mentioned, the fog is still covering this little village, and there are no lights. There doesn't seem to be a tavern. There aren't people milling in the streets. There seem to be some very faded shop signs, some wooden pieces sticking out that might have once advertised perhaps a blacksmith shop, maybe a jeweler's. All of them have faded away where the text is unreadable, and the shops themselves are boarded up. Every window is not only closed and curtained, but boarded with wooden panels. In just ahead, the only sign of life whatsoever are 2 small individuals, too small to be adults, unsure of what creature they are initially. They do appear to be humanoid. It's not an animal shape, but they're oddly small to be just out here on their own.
Gwen will approach them with caution, but worry. Or
Uh,
Meanwhile,
Gwen,
Gwen is
I
sitting
have
here
to
thinking,
implore you
should I
to.
cast magic armor now?
Gwen,
Yes,
I feel
totally.
you should be more cautious.
She
Gwen,
approached
Don't be
with
so
caution.
hasty.
Gwen, perhaps you shouldn't
Caution.
approach it on your own.
With caution. Okay, who would like to approach it with me? I'm all game for it.
None
Anyone
of us.
wants to come with me?
Is anyone going with Gwen? Andrew's going? Alright,
Yeah.
Andrew's going. Of course he is.
Mithras will go with Gwyn.
Alright, 3 people going.
Thank
Crane and
And I
Barham
will
watching from a safe distance?
I will sit at a safe distance
With Barham?
within magic range.
Pussies.
Yep.
Alright. You approach, and you notice that they do indeed seem to be very oddly, very out of place. 2 children.
I'll trust
A
that.
what appears to be a human girl, a little bit older than the boy that she is with, and the boy has tears running down his face, and he seems to be trying to control what must have been a very powerful crying fit. And the
Oh
girl
my
is going,
goodness!
shh, 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 shh. It's okay, it's okay. Shh, shh, shh.
Gwen approaches with haste now.
Oh god.
Oh lord.
You are crying.
Gwen,
The
Stop
boy
short.
gets
take
up.
your time.
But stop short about 5 or 10 feet away just in case. And she goes, oh my goodness, what is happening, you two?
This is, first of all, who are you?
My name is Gwen. I'm so sorry. I should have introduced myself first. What are your names?
Oh, hi, Gwen. I'm Rosavalda. This is my brother. This is Thornbolt. I call him Thorn.
Okay, so Rose and Thorn, that's very original. I'm so glad your parents came up with that. I'm quite a lover of nature myself.
Oh my lord.
What happened to you two?
Meanwhile, Crane starts looking around, getting very
Why is
concerned.
the village so
Go ahead
quiet?
and make a perception check.
Crane,
Right.
make a perception check.
Yeah, Crane, make a perception check for danger around while they continue the conversation.
Oh gosh.
He,
Oh gosh.
my brother, he's terrified. He won't go back inside. We need to get back
Oh.
inside. It's about to
15.
be dark out, but he won't go back in. He's
It's
scared.
darkened! It's darkened!
I don't know if you've noticed this, but it's kind of dark already, so you're a
It's
little
dark out!
It is mostly dark here, yes.
Yeah.
It's dark out!
I got 15.
Is that
What is
normal?
going on around?
Is it normal to be this dark all the time?
This is the brightest I've seen it in a long time, actually.
It's still so dark!
Yes, it's dark. It's okay. We will get used to it. You will get used to it. I've
where
been
do y'all
around a lot
live?
longer than you. Oh,
I
we live in
know
that house back there. And she points out a what appears to be 4-story, one of the larger buildings in town towards the center. She points back this way. That's our parents' house. Yes, we live there.
No! No! No!
Thor, please, we've got to go back inside. I can't leave you out here like this.
No! Don't want!
Why doesn't he want to go back inside?
He's scared.
Of what?
He said, go ahead, you tell them, Thorn. What you told me.
Please tell me.
No! Monster!
Monster? Where?
Monster!
He
Is
did the
there a
monster
monster
mash.
in your house?
Graveyard Flash!
He says there's a
Monster.
monster in the basement of all places in the house,
Yeah.
and he won't go back
Down,
inside.
monster!
Do you know
Monster
what?
down!
Is
watching
anyone else
Stella try
going to
super
keep
hard.
watch while this is talking? While they discuss?
know
Real
what
quick,
the monster looks like?
while this is going on.
No!
Yeah, Crane.
Ow.
Okay.
It
Let
howled!
us pug. Let us pug. Okay.
To be growing thicker. That's not good.
I'm responding
I'm
to
no
Crane. so that he
sea
has something.
monster!
Okay, can I do a perception check on the kids?
It's actually insight if you're trying to check on somebody's
Yeah, on
intentions.
people.
You may go
Okay,
ahead and
that's
use it.
Roll for an insight check. 15.
Can I also roll for an insight check since
You're busy. I'm gonna say
busy
for
watching?
the purpose of this, yeah, you were doing a perception check. You're checking the surroundings
Okay.
and you're noticing what I told you. And then meanwhile,
Meanwhile, I also lean over to Barum
check.
and state, the fog's getting a little thick.
It seems you're
Um,
right. We shouldn't linger.
with the 15 that you got to insight. I mean, first of all, the boy is like panicking, full-blown panic. Will not move from his spot. He is genuinely terrified of whatever is down there. Rose is also putting on a brave front, but also clearly scared of whatever is going on back there. But also trying to play the older sister. She doesn't even seem to be that old. Maybe 10, 11 years old or something like that. But she's trying to put this brave face on to say, "Get back inside." But he's not going anywhere.
Are they human?
They do appear human, yes. They're very pale, incredibly pale. But you think to yourself, if this is like normal environs for this area, this is probably a normal skin tone. Like, we're talking some real Russian Ural mountain kind of folk here.
Never seen the sun, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Where are your parents? They're not doing anything about the monster in the basement.
No,
Would
they will
At
not
this
do
point,
any-
Crane is getting very concerned about
they
not only
help.
the surroundings, but these two children in the middle of this
They
deep
help.
They
They
keep it-
help monster keep track.
They keep
They
it.
help
They
keep
try to
track.
keep the monster away, but
Are they
sometimes he
still
still
in the
makes
house?
noises. Yes, parents in the house.
They help keep track.
Okay, Gwen takes the girl's hand because she's holding on to the boy and kind of like comforts them a little bit, and then she
Cold
turns.
hands. Cold hands.
Ice
Okay.
cold
Crane would
hands.
like to do an insight check
You take
on these
1d1
children that are
cold damage.
dangerously cold.
No, you don't take
really
cold
do?
damage.
Okay.
No, you don't
You
take cold
don't
damage.
Do you
don't
take?
Do I
you
take
don't
cold damage?
Turns.
I mean,
Uh,
you don't
you
even
can
know
make-
that they're cold.
Yeah, you can take a. You can make an insight if you want, Crane, but it's
It's too
Gwen
late
got
at
a
this
pretty
point.
good. Well, Gwen got what you're gonna get mostly, unless
Oh,
you're.
okay, okay.
Gwen
Yeah.
turns to Andrel and.
I'm
Mithras
still
and
gonna roll it because I have actually insight trained.
Go ahead, Gwen. What are you doing?
Go ahead.
What do you two think about the house? Should we go and check it out? This could be the monster that everyone was talking
Help!
about, or the
Help,
one that took
parents!
that
Help, parents! Monster!
And
took our
help-
driver.
Monster basement! Help it!
While Gwen is doing this, Bottom walks up and quietly whispers to Mithras
Help
the
it!
the fog, like basically what we're noticing in the background, that the fog is getting like thicker. And like, we cannot linger here. We need to.
And these children are quite deranged.
Parents in basement!
Mithras
Help.
nods.
Help, baby!
I don't know if we can get back inside the house. Don't know if I can
Help.
get him back inside the house. My younger brother.
Help! Help,
you can help.
baby!
We have a baby brother as well. He
Help,
is on the third
baby.
floor. Mommy and Daddy are trying to help in the basement. I don't know if
Perhaps
anybody can
one of
help
you should-
baby.
Perhaps
You are
one
very
should
wealthy for a
carry,
two-story
should
house.
carry the child.
What'd you
Gwen.
say, Gwen? Sorry, I didn't
No
even catch it.
baby alive! Help me!
That's
Help
a
me!
stuck-up
Help
child.
me! Help! Help!
Thorn!
me!
Thorn!
I've got
Thor-
to try and help bring my brother back inside. Anything you can do to help, it would be
Can-
wonderful.
Okay. Hang on.
Dear God, Gwen, just let them leave.
Gwen cast Druidcraft.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold my hand like this and make a little swirl of wind with leaves. That's really pretty.
This is.
I have
point,
high
Crane is getting very
persuasion. I can see if I could just persuade them to go home.
Bottom, Crane. We must let Gwen
He's
deal with the
entranced
children.
by the leaves.
You come with me.
Okay, I'm coming.
Mithras starts leading
Yeah.
the way.
I believe
I'm
that's
more
the
than
best
happy to
idea.
leave.
Andro, you can either choose to come with us or stay with Gwen. It's your choice.
The fog
We-
is growing thicker around.
This is definitely no
Rapid.
place to be. I believe we should carry on.
Yes, please carry the child.
Nope,
I
not.
will-
I'm not picking no child
we're
up.
not taking the children.
What is-
Rose
what is-
Rose is pulling Thorn's hand and trying to get him inside. I'll take care of him. Go help our baby brother. Go help our parents. I'll get him in. I promise.
Baby!
Okay,
Help, baby!
baby.
Walter! Walter!
Walter is his name.
Walter!
Walter is his name.
Okay. Thank you, Rose.
Holy shit. Alright.
All monster sounds will
This
be
is your
definitely
fault.
done by TechBug.
It's your
This is
fault.
your fault.
This is your fault.
Whose fault?
You've done this constantly.
Okay.
Mithras is gonna lead everyone towards the house.
Yes.
Alright. Heading in the direction of this tall, 4-story seeming house. quite opulent for the surroundings, where most of these houses are run down and not shoddily built, but clearly not kept up with. This house seems to be somewhat maintained. You can see the exterior is white alabaster, some windows that aren't boarded, unlike a lot of the rest of the houses. Curtains are drawn in some places and open in the others, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of life coming from the house at this moment. You enter into the bottom floor of the house. You enter the left-hand side. The door allows you in easily enough. And
I believe we should
enter-
prepare for whatever we find in here. Oh, token. Oh.
I don't have a token.
Hold on.
Oh, we don't have a token.
Ah,
No.
Ignore this. Ignore
Oh.
this.
Oh,
Okay,
They're putting us in here. Oh gosh.
here we are.
Why is your token so dark, Rex? Hold on, I can fix that. Wait, I need to fix vision. Don't everybody go running off at once. Before
Go,
we
go,
get
go.
moving.
Tick, 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 tick.
If light,
every-
if light is a thing, the thing put the light amulet will put off. I believe it's a 20-foot radius.
It shouldn't. I have you set where everybody can see at least 30 feet. So,
And
between
I think aren't Andrel and I still using dark vision?
yes, but what I'm getting to.
Okay.
I understand you have dark vision. I will come to it. I know Techbug is going to kill you, but
We will get to it.
the house interior is lit up enough by the ambient, what could be called daylight. It's
You
not
don't have
bright
to
light,
worry
but
about
it's
it.
enough. You don't have to worry about it past a certain footage. You should be able to see everything in the house so far. That may change, but for now, like I said, ambient light from the windows, which again, odd, not boarded up at all,
Yeah.
is letting you see inside. You enter into this foyer chamber, and inside, let me give you a brief description.
Is that a fireplace?
Gwyn, perhaps focus on the more tasks at hand than
You
necessarily
escape.
the interior design.
The rapidly encroaching fog and cross the stone porch into the house. There is a chill in the air. Clearly, this place has not been lit or had any fireplaces going. It's a little cold for a living space. There is a pair of oaken doors in front of you, without a sound coming from within. And here, in the main foyer, you are surrounded by portraits and heraldries. There's a family of very stony-faced noblemen, aristocrats perhaps, gazing down on the sides from the paintings, not actual people, that are your only greeting into this house. There's a plaque on the door that reads, "The Dursts," in gold lettering. Dursts.
Durst.
On the
Durst
wall
not good.
immediately south of you, there is a shield. It seems to be maintained. There's not a lot of dust on it, as if somebody has been taking care of the place a little bit. The shield has a coat of arms on it that appears like a golden windmill on a red field. And the doors in front of you lead further into the mansion. I left the doors toggleable, so you can now open it and move around if you would like. Before you open another door, I'm going to describe it, and then you can keep moving like that.
oops.
Barb's just like, boom! What up?
Knocking
I
down
guess
the
we're
doors.
playing left.
Yes, yes.
To the right is outside the house. Left is inside the house.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I should have mentioned that. It's I can see everything, but obviously you guys can't. You have to click the little door icon to go inside.
Eek. Oh, thank you.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
think I'm gonna be the second one through this door, but
Yeah,
Uh,
apparently
Okay.
Gwen's just. I don't care what's
Gwyn's
on
just
your-
like going. All right.
Coming into the main hallway, it's almost breathtaking. There's not much light in here, except for what's naturally coming in. There's no additional light, I should say, like from candles or torches. But the wood-paneled walls are ornately carved with these scenes of frolicking
extra
nymphs
moving.
and satyrs.
No extra movie.
You can see on the opposite end of the hall from you, there is a red marble staircase that climbs upward, probably to the other 2 or 3 floors above you. And there is also, behind you, the strange-looking contraption on the southern part of the screen. That is a black marble fireplace,
There's
cold,
a fireplace.
unlit. It's just a place for fire. Above the mantel shelf, you can see that there is a longsword with a windmill cabochon worked into its hilt. It seems that the windmill was the symbol of this noble family.
Mithras is just going to start. Mithras is going to open door. He's going to cast spell open door over here.
As you open your first door leading into a new area, not coming from in here, but coming from somewhere else inside the house, you start hearing music start coming from you. It takes a moment to realize where it's maybe originating from, but it seems to be coming from the staircase.
Barum, is
sounds
that
like
you?
Barum, why are you playing music right now?
I play
Barum-
it when I get nervous, okay, guys?
It doesn't sound like a. It doesn't sound like an instrument a lot of you might have heard a lot of. It is a harpsichord, and I'm talking about your characters. I don't know who you people have actually heard of, but
I've heard of harpsichord.
This is a
I tried to play
very-
one of those long ago.
this is a very fancy. I was about to say Crane might be the only one who's actually heard this in character. It is a very fancy instrument that nobles will sometimes practice playing with to entertain themselves, and it's halting. It's not a full melody. It plays a few notes and then it stops, and then it returns to the beginning, and then it gets a little bit further, and then it stops again and returns to the beginning. And it's kind of this maddening, kind of nice, but kind of creepy music coming down from the staircase. But
I
in
think
the
we should
meantime,
go upstairs.
I feel we should finish checking this floor.
Mithras has opened the first door. You have entered into the dining room. A crystal chandelier is glittering over this dining room, watching over 8 empty chairs. The chairs are high-backed, cushioned with velvet, of a similar type you notice to the carriage upholstery. Like the main hall, the walls are ornately carved with elegant images of deer flitting amongst ancient trees, all these wonderful country settings.
I think
The
I
table
saw
is
that.
Just made herself at the table.
The table
Barum,
is
I don't
set.
believe they're going to serve us a meal.
The table is set, there's no food
Oh,
here,
you're gonna get served a meal, alright.
and all the silverware has been polished to a
We are the
dazzling
meal.
shine that reflects from the nearby. Over here, there are a series of windows which allow in the very dim light from outside, allowing you to see your surroundings but not able to do much more. Also, the 5 of you notice that the fog has
Okay,
pushed
bye,
up
Cooch
right
Man. Thanks for
against
hanging
the house.
around.
So while
See you
can
guys later.
light, it's just this milky nothingness outside the windows.
It's a good thing we got inside.
Yes,
Clearly
it's a good
not.
thing we didn't continue to try to comfort children wanting to leave.
Mithras
But what
and
happened to
Gwyn,
Yes.
the 2 of you have the highest passive perception, and you start noticing something a little strange about some of the wallpapering and some of the decoration scattered about. On the wood paneling, it's not just idyllic pictures. At first glance, the immediate impression was this really, nice scenery. But looking a little bit closer, you can see that the deer have very detailed, terrified faces painted onto each one. And looking closer at some of the shadows and recesses, every single one of them is filled with pictures of wolves. Dark, gray, sleek shapes in the shadows of the painting itself, with eyes glittering in the darkness, just barely visible.
Okay, I know deers don't normally make that face, so this is a little concerning. I don't know what that's about.
So truly, they are dead.
This also give me a creepy vibe. I don't know
This
about
room
y'all.
seems to hold nothing.
Yeah.
We should
Is it only
continue
the
on.
house, Gwyn, or has this entire place not been creepy?
There's nothing within this room. We should carry on.
Yes. I would like to venture upstairs where that strange.
There's 2 more doors down here.
We do not want to venture upstairs until we have made sure that at least our rear is protected.
The
We would
children.
Forget the children for now.
Gwen.
If we do not make it out of here, there will be no reason to try to save the children.
We need to make sure there are no foes beneath us as we climb further into the house. We do not wish to be trapped upon the
What's this
second
door?
floor.
The children said the only foe was in the basement.
I do not believe them.
A closet.
I do
This
want
is-
to know where their
This is their
parents are at,
house.
though.
This is their
parents are in
house.
here
Who knows
somewhere.
where they may be?
The parents are in here somewhere as well, and they could be in danger too.
Barm, did you find any snacks?
In here,
There's
you
a rat.
find- I'm just sorry. I'm just making
Okay.
sure because the map, for whatever reason, when I imported it, like reoriented itself.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah. Entering this little alleyway here that Barum is in,
it's a
it is
roguelike.
a cloakroom. It's a closet meant to carry everybody's outerwear when they enter into the house. There are still
Yeah.
several black cloaks hung up on each of the racks, and on the topmost shelf, there is even a silken top hat.
I feel there might be more people in here than those children let on.
I would agree.
Would anyone like a silken hat? Just in case they decide to have
Yeah.
a ball for us while we're here.
Crane, what
We are
about
not here
getting
to
the ball,
rob the house.
please?
We are here to find the parents and the child.
Uh-oh.
I don't need to rob it. I have my own silken hat.
You can
somewhere.
afford this. You might as well just leave it for now. I'm
Crane, are you still looking around?
I'm a little concerned by that tone, but yes, I'm really very interested in these coats that seem to be just hanging in this closet
The
in an empty
wallpapering
house.
continues inside the cloakroom, and you get another impression similar to the one that Gwyn and Mithras got. All that idyllic scenery that seems to be hand carved or hand painted onto the walls also carries little details on it that betrays its not purpose, but its real aesthetic. There are a
Roll
couple of
roll a wisdom check.
Wisdom
perception.
Perception or wisdom check, yes.
He has enough passive. I was gonna let him go, but
check. Oh,
go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead.
does he? Okay.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
argue with that.
okay. I mean, I'll roll it, but my passive is high enough.
No,
that I
you're
guess
right.
it-
The passive is enough. It's okay.
Okay, so I don't roll one.
God, mommy and daddy are fighting again.
No, don't bother. It's okay.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
we're not bothering.
No,
Okay.
no,
Conflict
we're not
management
fighting.
I see
flowing. Yeah,
puppies.
this isn't
Yeah,
fun.
we're not
flowing.
getting divorced yet. It's okay. Give
flowing
us
like a
about
river.
3 more years.
Give us two more sessions at least.
Carved into the grass pattern that these satyrs and these nymphs are supposed to be prancing
Uh-oh.
upon are not just little tufts of grass, but things like skulls, serpents, different actual motifs of death interwoven with the rest to look as natural as possible.
Crane, what's in that closet in there?
It
What
seems
you
as
looking
though
at?
this doesn't. Seems as though this wallpaper doesn't have all that it looks like.
Barum. You are entering the next room?
I didn't open it. Mithras did.
Somebody
did.
opened it. Oh, Mithras did. Alright. In
The trust is just going in
Uh,
and out, like just checking the rooms. Any room that once a room is cleared, basically he's just clearing the rooms one by one.
Yeah.
Mithras,
If I have
poke your
a,
head in that room.
I just have a quick question.
Oh,
if
sorry.
I
go
were
ahead,
to do
Crane, real
anything-
fast.
There's some
with,
puppies.
Since I have history, would I
Mhm.
be able to examine these carvings?
Sure.
Sure. Go ahead.
Uh-oh. I'm concerned
Meanwhile-
by the fact that Techbug
Sure.
chimed in.
Well,
No, go ahead.
While you're rolling your history check, let me describe what Mithras sees, because Mithras pauses for a moment and seems to stiffen up for a second because he sees something inside the room as soon as he enters.
He becomes
Wolves.
erect. What is going on?
He
Wolves?
sees wolves immediately sitting in the
Oh,
darkness, sitting
wolves make
perfectly
me
still.
erect.
Shit.
I got a 25.
Okay, he knows all.
Yeah.
He knows all.
I'll get to that, I guess, because I'm trying to figure out what Rex is doing. He sees wolves.
Yeah, I know, right?
What
All
are they
of-
doing?
All of a sudden, wolves.
Oh shit.
They're
They-
sitting perfectly still, and it seems like it
Yeah,
caught you
Barb.
off guard for just a second, but they have their mouths pulled back in a snarl, but it's completely soundless, and they are completely stuck. Perhaps stuffed.
Oh.
Soundless.
Soundless, he said.
Soundless.
That gurgling is actually somebody they left the faucet on upstairs.
Oh, okay.
You realize after a moment, Mithras, that it seems to be like a den, a place for a man to hang out and show off some of his trophies, perhaps. There's a stag's head over the also unlit black marble fireplace. There are a couple of chairs draped in furs that are facing the hearth. There's a cask of wine and a pipe rack on the table between them. The goblets are all dry. There's a candelabrum that has had candles in it at one point, but the wax has run completely over and there are no candles left.
My friends.
There are
Angel,
cabinets.
thank you for sticking with me as I examine this.
There are cabinets, locked cabinets along the walls in this room, and a chandelier hangs over a cloth-covered table in one of the corners.
I'm going to, well, I'm going to call Gwyn in.
Thank you.
I'm here.
Thank you.
I do not trust these stuffed wolves. I think they might be perhaps alive, but magically in stasis. Is there a way you can figure that out?
No, she only
there a
talk
way?
animals.
I mean, if you are able to actually talk to them, then they're alive. If you're not, oops, I closed the door.
I'm sorry, that's my familiar.
Ah,
I can certainly check. They do appear to be somewhat unsettling.
How do you
They
check?
do appear to give tips, so let's go ahead and see what they have to go ahead and say.
How do you check?
Animal
Gwyn?
handling? Can I check by that?
You check by what?
Animal handling? Is that possible?
Animal handling.
Sure, go ahead.
That was a bad choice.
Like, it's not an animal.
By the way, if anybody needs a bio break, I would take it now. And we'll try, I think we started 7:45, almost 8-ish, so I'm going to try to make this not last more than an hour at this point.
Okay.
That means we're about to fight. I repeat, we're about to fight something.
Not necessarily. Depends on what happens.
I got my gamer bag.
A 15.
Nice.
Yay!
So, with the 15, you go up and do your Furbolgian ways
Sniff,
and
sniff.
attempt to
Sniff, sniff.
figure out if these animals will respond to you. Trying not to get too close to the mouths. They do seem to be purposely posed to be more intimidating than they might have been in real life.
Okay.
And you get this chemical odor immediately, something that is unnatural. And it occurs to you that you might not have seen something exactly like this, but you might have heard of it. The human tradition of taking an animal and stuffing it and filling it with all sorts of preservatives so that it can sit in their office and decorate the walls for a bit. And certainly, after checking all three wolves, you're
Sinful.
99% certain these are dead, stuffed wolves.
Okay, Mithras, it looks like they are dead. Don't worry.
Ah,
My
The
furry
accent,
friends have
the
perished.
accent just throws all expertise out the window.
My furry
think they're
friends.
fucking dead.
Don't worry, them things deader than a doornail. I mean, I slapped a couple of them and they just sat there like, oh, heck.
I shot like 2 of them in the skull and they didn't
I-
move.
I
thought
I
it
was
was
really,
real
I
hot
trust
when
you
they
on
did
this,
it.
and he's gonna move to the last door.
Nobody's checking the cabinet?
I was gonna say, isn't there a locked cabinet?
Check the-
There are a couple of locked cabinets.
I'm currently staring at a wallpaper, so somebody please check something.
How do I do
Yep.
I'm gonna.
Anybody
right.
else, Gwyn, or sure, go ahead. Let's say Gwyn and Barn for now. This is
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
You are examining glass panel cabinets a little bit more closely, and even in this dim light, you're able to tell that there are some pretty valuable items left in here. The kind of thing that the lord of the house might have shown off to the visiting nobles. In one of them, there are an assortment of wine bottles, along with a small wooden box, all on its own. There's also what appears to be like a weapons cabinet. There are 3 crossbows, one of which appears to be extremely large and heavy duty, another one that seems to be extremely lightweight, and another one that might be able to fit right on top of your palm if you were especially clever with it. And there are some cases of bolts alongside it. The cabinets, however, are locked.
Cool.
Hang on.
I mean,
Cool.
I mean,
Use those.
I'm not
Alright,
about to
get
steal
right,
before we
cool.
actually know that these are.
It appears as though they were quite wealthy and have a lot of weapons, so they could
You
have.
guys don't want to check for
So-
any like important artifacts or anything?
I would like to try to open the cabinet with the wooden box inside.
The wooden box inside. All right. You might need some tools for that
Hey,
in order to pick it, especially tools that a thief might have.
Andrill, you remember how you owe
While
me
Andril is
that
away, could somebody please stick with me?
Can you come over here and try
What
to,
do you
pick
frickin'
this-
need?
Pick this here.
For if I trip, I fear I will die. My
Alright.
constitution is that of a sickly lad.
Let's have you do this, Andril. You are going to make a flat dexterity check. So you're going to just click dexterity, but we're going to add 5 because you have thieves' tools in your possession. So it adds an automatic 5 to your roll.
Just ability check.
Right. Just click dexterity, the
Ability checks, yeah.
No advantage, just a normal roll.
Okay.
Thought it was 20.
So that
I
plus
did
5
too.
is 16.
That puts him
That's
at
pretty
it.
good.
That's pretty good. And indeed, he is able to, with his thieves' tools, jimmy open without damaging the cabinets and making a ruckus, breaking the glass.
Pretty
or
good
anything.
level 1.
This gives you access to, if you choose to pick them up, it's up to you, a heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, a hand crossbow, and 20 bolts for each of these weapons. There's also, as I had mentioned, some expensive looking wine glasses, and also the small box. Does anybody open that?
I picked up the box.
Gwyn picks up the box and discovers a deck of playing cards.
Oh my goodness, we can play Go Fish on the ride over,
Oh,
y'all.
shit.
Let's
The
do
sin
Okay,
of
Tyler.
gambling was in this house. That's what brought it to ruin.
Okay.
No.
Tyler, are
I
they
thought I was
Definitely, of
cards.
course they're gonna have some playing cards.
They can be.
Roll
They
perception on the
can be
playing
good
card.
playing cards.
They don't do what they're supposed to do here, but that can be a set of those if you
Roll
want them to be.
perception on the playing
We'll see. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
And I will take the hand crossbow.
Alright, hand crossbow, and you get 20 bolts of ammunition with that as well. Let's see.
I suppose it's okay to take these since
You know what? I can add that item to
We're
your
working.
list,
Sure.
which would probably be helpful for you
Save
because that way you
roll.
don't have to add your entire thing. Alright, what did the rest of y'all do? And does anybody else take the other pieces of equipment? Like I said, there's a heavy crossbow and a light crossbow as well.
I'm currently staring at a wallpaper, so
you can be doing other things.
True.
I
true.
discovered something.
Where? Items. Here
Oh,
it is.
right. You didn't say that, did you?
Hand,
Yeah.
hand crossbow. There you go. And you'll just want to add 20. Actually, I think I can do bolts. for
Heavy or
this one.
light?
He has a hand crossbow, and there's also a light and a heavy crossbow,
Yeah,
depending
so,
on what.
yeah,
you wanna pick.
exactly. That's what I'm asking.
I feel like someone should probably grab one of the others. It might be a good idea. If Mithras is able to grab one.
Here we go. Crossbow bolt.
Mithras does not care about ranged weapons.
Oh.
True.
Mithras has the power of the sun.
If anything, it'd probably be a good idea
I
for
would
you
need
to
a
take it,
crossbow.
Crane, in case you run out of magic. You can still attack from long range.
That's the wonderful
That's
thing
true.
about cantrips. You never run out.
Yeah, because I should have the dexterity for that too.
Alright, I added the bolts and the hand crossbow to that.
That way you're
I'm
not
sorry, where are you,
defenseless.
Crane?
I'm in the closet. but
Oh,
I
you
mean,
want me?
if I need to pass or walk over to grab the crossbow, I will. But
Oh,
apparently, I
already-
discovered
okay.
something. So I-
With the history check? Sure, go ahead, Tech Bug. I'm gonna get those items for him. You give him the history check.
Okay, roll history.
He did roll.
Yeah,
I
he
already
did.
did. I got
You
a
got
25.
Oh.
That was 10 minutes ago.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah.
In the 300-page book of lore, I'm sure there's
Yeah,
something
I
he
see
can
it,
find.
right? Okay, so what are you rolling history for exactly?
Closet.
For the
Coat
carvings on the wallpaper basically having the skulls and everything riddled throughout it.
Okay. Peering into the wood paneling, you notice twisted faces carved into the tree trunks. Wolves lurk in the shadows, ever ready to stab an unsuspecting foe. It says doe, but I think it means foe. The circle of life at its finest.
That's it.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
That's,
Alright.
that's the history check. Do you take the
A little
light
bit of-
crossbow or the heavy
A
crossbow?
little bit of
Crane?
lore.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna take the
light or heavy.
light crossbow.
Done.
And
I'm
I,
gonna give you 20
Actually,
bolts.
I might be able to, cause my strength is pretty high, so I might be able to do the heavy.
It's actually more dependent on your weapon proficiency than strength.
Okay, it's weapon proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And in this case, you're proficient with light crossbows. You
light
can take
crossbow.
the heavy
Okay,
if you want,
yeah.
but
No, I'll take a light crossbow. Oh, I see that light crossbow.
Mhm.
Heavies are an ass to deal with unless you have like a lot of proficiency in feats.
Yep.
Gotcha.
They're massive engines of destruction. All right. Mr. Crane has added a light crossbow with bolts, and Andrew has taken a hand crossbow.
can we open this door now?
Are you guys, if you would like to, it is now time for that.
Yes.
Oh, is that
Alright.
a toilet?
Potty!
This is the kitchen.
Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
kitchen.
Very gloomy, but also very tidy. Shelves neatly stacked with dishware. The work table has been wiped clean. Only a cutting board left behind as the only oversight in cleaning. The iron pipes of the oven here, and a large open item, snake up into the ceiling and go upward into floors above. The door to the pantry, what you assume to be the pantry, is hanging ajar in the back slightly.
Uh-oh.
And there's another door in this corner here that is quite small, almost like the
Tiny hole.
A
almost like
dumbwaiter.
a shelf.
A dumbwaiter type thing, yeah.
Once opening it,
A
you see that
dumbwaiter.
there's just a very small compartment, like he said, a dumbwaiter, that leads up into the rest of the house. And if anybody leans in, they can actually see darkness, for one thing, up above, but that it does lead to the rest of the house. As far as actually trying to navigate it, though, it would require a creature of a small size, not a medium
If only we
size.
had a dwarf in our party.
Or a child.
I like how you didn't use that word dumbwaiter because you didn't think anybody would get it. And Dana was like, "Oh yeah, the dumbwaiter, right?"
No, I was trying to describe the door first and then say there's a dumbwaiter behind it, and you were like,
I'd
"It's
like
a
to
It's
roll
dumbwaiter."
a
dumbwaiter
history
right
check on the
here.
cutting board. I'm kidding.
It says dumbwaiter in the book. I'm reading it right now.
Right, but there's a door
I-
to the dome. Anyway, go ahead.
Can I roll for perception on the ajar door?
Sure. We would love for you to do
enthusiasm.
so.
Go ahead.
Why do I get the feeling there's gonna be a lot of spooks in here, and only like we'll be like, oh, never mind. Oh wow.
Crane, there's also a button at the
The
dumbwaiter.
door is ajar.
A button, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Should
don't
I
think
push
we should
this
open
button?
that door all the way, so maybe y'all should check it out or something.
The
'cause
door is ajar.
Andril, what do you think? Should I push this button?
I say push it.
All right. Should I roll for perception first, or should we just push this button?
Just
Curiosity at its finest. Let's push the button.
Alright.
Gross,
You
so
push
The
it,
door is ajar.
you push the button, and as soon as you do, there's a jingle right above your head. And you realize that it is the call function for service. There's a little bell in a housing right next to the dumbwaiter, and that button rings for service from the kitchen below.
Ah, perhaps they'll prepare a meal for us.
Mithras opens the door to the pantry, the actual storage area behind the kitchen, and finds that it is cramped and also well stocked. There are casks labeled wheat and ale on the walls. There are sacks of old potatoes. There are pouches with rations for the trail, dried jerky, nuts, seeds. There's an entire shelf devoted to expensive spices, 3 whole racks of them. Oddly, they're out of salt.
That's definitely not
Wait
not
a second.
questionable with all the vampire talk in the letter.
Oddly.
Would that be readily available knowledge?
What? Salt?
That salt is used to keep evil creatures at bay.
No,
Yes.
it's just to pay Romans.
They
Yeah.
can make.
Let's
you
keep them
guys
Romans
can
away.
You guys
It's to
can
keep the
make.
fucking Romans away.
You can't
You
deal
fucking-
with the Romans and the
You
monsters.
fucking-
Okay.
It's to keep the fucking Romans away.
All right, you guys can make history checks to see if this comes up as something that is particular to a particular race. All of you, anybody
I
who
use
notices.
history. Everybody
Can I
I'll
use
roll
religion?
history. Sure, why
Roll
not?
history.
I'll
Can I use
roll
religion?
history.
Everybody roll
Go
history?
ahead.
Can you
We're
use
just
Bluff,
rolling
Mithras?
history.
Roll
Can
history.
I use religion instead?
Boom.
No. Roll history.
Look at all that information I got.
Dang.
Oh,
Yes,
look,
no,
looks like Crane's
maybe.
smarter than all of you. What a
Well,
surprise.
I mean, I am.
Well, then there you go.
That's debatable.
Oh, and drill.
Says the
so-
one that ran up to
Alright,
the
go ahead.
children.
So, hold on. So, for the purposes of this, the 2 people who really notice and kind of take that as something vampiric in particular
Angel.
are Crane and Andrew. Everybody else is
Ah,
kind of like,
yeah.
whatever. You know, there's food. There's a lot of
Well,
great food.
hold on,
The jerky,
hold on.
the seeds, the nuts, the rations and stuff. Sorry. Go
Uh-huh.
ahead.
No, hold on. Okay,
No one
continue,
answered.
Doug.
You never. Nobody answered my question
No,
right. I didn't hear
no.
everybody was talking.
Techno, please.
Fine.
Can I use religion instead of history?
No.
No.
No. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
I thought they
Then
did
no.
He
answer
wants
that.
to bless it.
Okay,
with
They
the
did.
anyway,
sun.
get back to the bottom of the list.
But there was so much
loser.
talking, he probably couldn't hear over everybody.
True.
Boom.
Bam.
Let's find something too.
Oh, can I?
Welcome
I didn't
to
give you the
D&D.
mute all permissions. I need to do that next time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
Okay. Okay, so the history. So Mithras notices it too. There's a strange lack of salt in the building, and there's talk of vampires. This is starting to come together for 3 of you. 2 of you know this is messed up, but 3 of you know how messed up it is. All right. Where to now?
Well, I mean, they just ran out
after
the
you.
door.
Byron is
Do you
going
remember-
upstairs.
Barham and Gwen just took off. Gwen's like, I gotta find this child.
Yeah.
I smell something. I smell something.
Okay, so I guess
Smell
we're going
something.
upstairs, Andrew.
It would appear that It would appear that the
Ah!
first floor is
She
closed.
smelled the weed.
Oh,
There are men.
oh, I broke it.
On the upper hall,
I see nothing.
there is. Oh, you don't see anything. Why does your token still not have vision built into it? This is really odd. Let me see if I can fix it from the.
Mine's just
the
like
character sheet.
blinking in and
I
out.
see that. It's really
Hold
weird.
on, hold on.
It's like dug, 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 dug,
Do you have vision now?
dug. That's the lights going on and off for the rave.
Mithras, do you have vision?
Nope.
Not yet. All right.
I'm on camera.
What, frog?
There we go.
Coming
And
into this
frog.
hallway,
Really wants to show y'all his naked body, I guess.
Oh.
coming into this hall, the marble staircase continues upward, and there is a cold draft coming from further upstairs. Opposite you, on the mantelpiece, on the continuation of the fireplace from the first floor, there's another portrait of what appears to be the full Durst family. You recognize Rose and Thorn sitting below. Their mother, the matriarch of the family, has a face full of scorn. She seems like a very sharp kind of woman, also sharing that same paleness that the children have. And she has a baby completely swaddled out of view in the portrait in her arms.
I hope that's a monster.
The father's face is obscured, sort of gone, and not many of his features can be told. It's clear he's there, he's part of this photo, but the facial features are not to be seen. There are a couple of mahogany doors with these dancing creatures, a continuation of the patterns from the first floor on them. There's also suits of armor flanking these doors, holding spears with wolf-shaped visors, but nobody in them. They're all cranked open, and there doesn't seem to be any activity going on with them. There's also a third thin door to the right of the stairs, which continue climbing upward. Yes, the class has a question. I knew you were doing it. I'm just trying to
Mine
finish
is
the story
flashing. Yeah,
What is
I
flashing?
know. My screen's flashing, so it's actually just a blip.
first. Why is it flashing? Where have you gone?
I don't know. Apparently, I have gone to the in-between. Whatever exists between the first and the second floor, I am there in the middle. And apparently there's a rave, but
Huh.
Okay, is it still flashing?
yeah.
I would try refreshing the page at this point. It should load you right back in here, but I don't
I'll leave it.
know what in particular is going on because nobody else. Does anybody else have the flashing?
No.
Okay, I'm on the first floor or the second floor now. Okay. All right. Sorry.
Okay, great. Everyone's on the second floor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Mithras
everyone
has-
roll a perception check.
Oh,
Ice.
alright.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Andrew
Great.
just smacks his head
What,
into something.
Mhm.
What number is this?
6, right below 6.
7?
6. Well, it's, I mean, are you aiming for the little segment below 6, or are you aiming for something else? They're in 6 right now. The door is
Okay.
open to 7. Daddy has a plan.
Okay, gotcha. So,
Oh.
Andrew, you start hearing voices from like up above instead of down below, and also Barrow and Ophir.
You mean Crane?
Ophir? Yeah, Crane, whatever.
Itachi.
Yeah, so yeah, Itachi. You all three hear voices from up above.
Is that it?
Yeah, there's just like hollowed voices crying out for help and that sort of thing.
They're here so they made the lowest checks.
Oh,
What is Mithras hearing?
Yeah, what are Mithras and Gwen hearing?
The call to action.
nothing.
Alright, Mithras, you are examining the open doorway here.
Yes.
Wait.
This room
What?
is a little bit of an oddity. I'm gonna get to other doors too, but
Oh, okay.
Mithras was
Gotcha.
here. This door is, first of all, it was sitting kind of open. It's also the dustiest room in the house so far. Everything else so far on the first floor has been well maintained, as if somebody could be living here at any moment, but there's no fires lit, no food actually laid out. It's all just in storage. Here, it's dusty, undecorated. There's straw-filled mattresses and worn-out bed frames. This was clearly perhaps a servant's room, a place where the help in the house would have been able to stay, especially given that, as you can see upon entering the room, the dumbwaiter goes through here as well in the corner. There are servants uniformed in a open closet. And there are also 2 little foot lockers at the foot of each bed.
Right, not moving. There we go. So there's 2 closets.
Mm-hmm. the dumbwaiter closet, and then the actual like servant's storage closet, and then there's the 2 foot
This is in
lockers.
here.
for the bed.
Which is in here.
The servants, that's the storage room for the servants' uniforms. It appears
Oh,
dark,
okay.
sleek, like
Are
a
the-
butler.
Okay.
Are the footlockers locked?
Let me see. They are not.
Open.
I'm going
Open
to
them.
open one of them. I'm going to open one of them.
The first one you open is empty.
Wait, well,
Okay.
one.
Gwen opens
Yep.
the second one.
Cool.
Ooh.
Gwen, make a perception.
Okay.
Mimic.
No!
Um.
He eats my hand.
Ooh. Ooh.
You open this one up, and as you open it, not entirely sure what to expect, you think you hear a gasp sound, like a sharp intake of breath suddenly from
let go
a
of it.
breathless.
I let go of it.
There. Perfect. You
The
hear that?
footlocker closes, and the breath stops.
Hey y'all, I think there's something in there.
You think?
I heard something. I don't know.
What did you hear?
I heard a breath, and then it stopped,
did you
and I
hear?
closed it.
Open it again.
Why
The
would
sound
I?
of the harpsichord is still playing in the background. Same halting steps, but it seems to be closer now.
Why would I open it again?
So we can figure out what's inside.
Mithras impatiently yanks the footlocker open.
Oh, empty footlocker.
That's it.
I think you are going crazy in this land, Druid.
That's what you
And he's
always
gonna walk-
say.
He's gonna walk out the room and go.
They all just leave at this point.
Everyone's just like, bye.
All right, Byron, you
Everyone
headed to the
leaves.
next
I-
one.
Yep.
Just real quick, I don't want to like push the party to anything, but is none of the people who heard the noises, are they gonna say anything or anything?
Oh,
I know. I basically
yeah,
mean,
that's
we'll see.
true.
explained it, but my point was just simply explaining it. Don't.
Well, for my character, I'm more going to say stay suspicious and keep it to myself for now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm naturally
Uh-huh,
distrustful.
so-
I wouldn't
So
go.
no, I'm your old man.
Except for the druid, who seems to be.
Yeah, I feel like the only person who would be just like, oh, we have to go find it, is the druid who didn't hear it. So.
Yeah.
All right.
And
I mean,
Entering
if
this
we hear it
next room-
again, if I hear it again, I'm going to speak up. But
Barum leads the way into this next room as she props the door open and immediately notices a large study, a library even. The shelves
There's a
along
knife.
the northern part of the wall are stacked, in some places 12 feet high. There's a small
Or 12.
roller rack on each of the shelves in order to reach the tallest shelves. This must be a wealth of knowledge sitting here on these floor-to-ceiling bookshelves. Weighty tomes of untold worth, novels, treatises, encyclopedias, poetry, histories. So vast is this library that you are going to need that rolling ladder in order to access many of these books. There's also an exquisite desk facing the hearth, the item in the corner there. And upon the mantelpiece of the hearth is a framed portrait of a windmill perched on top of a rocky crag.
Anyway.
Crane immediately starts looking through the books.
Okay. Many of the books are somewhat mundane, or at least the subjects are not of particular interest. It is knowledge, but it's like how to hunt, how to do forest and
Dummies
fauna.
got
Nothing
of the
that would
forest woods.
interest Crane for sure.
But make an investigation check and let's see if you find anything interesting.
Oh, I have high
Check, Bug,
investigation.
are you on 8 with me? 8, 9?
I am on 8-9, yes.
All right.
14.
Anybody who would like to can make this investigation check to see if there's anything
When
Okay.
done.
interesting in here.
Oh,
That's right.
boy.
Nice.
We out here.
Andrew, you're struggling today.
Apparently.
Same.
Oh, Quinn. Okay.
Apparently that tavern didn't have a good bed for him.
That common area.
I'm gonna use that.
It
Okay,
seems the
so-
floor in my private room was better.
Apparently.
Barum, you are taking a look over the books, but you also examine the rest of the room to see if there's anything of note. The books are of touch and go use or value to you. It seems like a bit of a waste to try to grab a tome like this and try to make off with it. Some of them are quite beefy, and what you find instead is in the desk itself. You find what appears to be. Make sure I get the description right. Where is it? Well, I had it a second ago. Oh, an iron key on a iron key ring, quite heavy and.
Who finds this?
I do.
weighty. This is Barum.
Okay.
Barum finds an iron key in the desk. It's the only thing of note in the desk. Meanwhile, Crane takes a good hard look at the books and manages to find a couple tomes of interest, something that might provide insights to certain subjects. The books you find
What
are...
do you have to roll for him?
He already did.
Okay.
He only found some of them, but he did already
Dang,
roll.
I only found some of them.
He found books called Alchemical Secrets, Best Left Unknown, Ways of the Wild Folk, and another book that seems to deal with infernal subjects, something really close to you, a book called Blades of Brass. Who else rolled in it? Gwyn is the other one that rolled in investigation. Crane. Andril is,
Looking around.
looking
Apparently has his
around.
eyes closed, just sitting in.
It's not that he has his eyes closed, it's that, he was a soldier. This is not soldier's work. These are books. There's
Fair.
nothing really going on here. Nothing quite interesting. Gwyn starts absent-mindedly pulling some of the books like this, and eventually one of them clicks.
Uh-oh.
Yes. I
and
found
reveals
something.
a fake bookshelf in the back corner.
Oh
Inside
my
of which,
god.
inside of which is a skeleton.
Hmm.
Let's see. Friend.
Roll perception or investigation, something on the scale.
Perception. Perception is for danger. Investigation is for find loot, basically.
Okay. I rolled perception
Go for it.
in the room, I guess.
Yes, in the room. That's where it would be.
Well,
Hey, who else wants to come check this out with me?
Roll. The first couple of things you notice is that there is another shelf in here that's on the left-hand wall with more books. And it seems like, given that the fact that this was supposed to be a secret room, these books are probably worth a little bit more, maybe dealing with things that they shouldn't. Tomes carved with eldritch runes and ominous symbols. There's a heavy chest at the end of the hall, and it appears to be something worth dying for, perhaps, because the skeleton is kind of perched on top of it and seems to have died on top of the chest.
locked?
It is... What's that?
Is it locked?
Are you already checking the chest out?
I thought that was.
Did you call people to come look at it?
Yeah.
She called people to
Okay.
come check for
So
perception.
Can the people that are now arriving also roll
Sure.
a perception
You
just
guys
to look
can roll
around?
perception as well.
If
Okay.
you're within a certain amount of feet.
Yeah.
Also,
The only other thing of note is that the skeleton is garbed in old but somewhat serviceable leather armor.
Can I look
It's up to you. Wait for the other perception checks real quick.
Okay.
19.
Crane bolts into the room as soon as he hears secret, and notices the open bookshelf and comes to Gwyn's aid. He notices the dead body and takes note this is maybe not a safe place necessarily, but immediately fastens upon the bookshelves themselves. Maybe this is more precisely what you were looking for in the first place. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be a lot else going on in the room, at initial glance, at least.
Can one of y'all move the skeleton?
Can one of us- Well, if we're going to
I don't
open
know,
the chest,
can
we
we-
should probably have Andril take a look at it.
I agree. Andrel, can you come check this chest out and move the skeleton for me?
To move it?
Liz? Yes.
Demand a percentage. Don't ever do anything for free.
Never. So is Crane looking at the books now, pretty much? Just
If you want to be,
Yeah.
they're very interesting books.
Can I investigate those?
Sure. Make an investigation check on those.
Looking
Andril
skeleton.
takes the skeleton off the chest
Thank you.
and notices that there is a dart firing mechanism. And it appears that the front of the skeleton, the leather that the skeleton was wearing, is punctured through with what may have been at one point poison darts. Thankfully, taking his life into his own hand, he also notices that the darts have already fired their load all into the dead guy.
This is why you never come to the aid of Gwyn.
However,
Without
Andrew
first
does
thinking it
make
through.
note that he came really
Shut
close
up,
that
Crane.
time and maybe needs to be careful in the future as well.
Yeah,
This was a
please
cautionary
be careful,
tale.
Andrew.
Please be careful, Andrew. Throw his chest open.
Gwyn, may I just make a happy statement, a kind gesture,
Okay.
and
Alright.
That's okay.
I'm
saying,
assuming
don't have
Andrew
to.
Please don't. Please
opens
take
the
more
chest
cautious
itself.
steps instead of thunderous elephant.
Yes.
All right. Inside the chest, let me do Andrew real quick, and then I'll get to you, Crane. Inside the
Get him
chest, you
prepared.
find 3 blank books with black leather covers that seem to be worth something. They may not be ordinary books on their own. There are also 3 spell scrolls with different spells carved. You might need somebody who understands spells, though, to determine which spells are on these spell scrolls. You also find a little less interest, but perhaps only for intrigue, the deed to the house, the deed to the windmill that the family owns, that apparently is on all of their gear, and also a signed will.
Signed by
Signed by a Gustav and Elizabeth Durst.
Ah, the Dursts that own the house.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the deeds to? Are they also to the Durst?
The deeds are also to the Durst. It's all made out to the Durst. The deed to the house, the deed to the windmill, and the will, in particular, bequeaths the house, the windmill, and all other family property to Rose and Thorn Durst, with their full names, of course. Rosavalda and Thornbolt Durst, in the event of their parents' deaths.
Okay.
If you take any of that, make sure you make note of it here in the chat and also in your inventory. At this point, it's going to be up to you to keep up with some of the homebrew stuff that I don't have a compendium for.
Did you?
So it's up
Do
to
I
you.
need to add my key that I found?
Yes, I would. Yeah, I would put the iron key in your list just in case the session spans multiple.
Crane.
Give the scrolls to Crane. Okay.
Yep.
All right, Crane, you receive 3 spell scrolls, which you might be able to identify later. However, Crane seems a little engrossed in TikTok, in his books, obviously. Coming to your, you made an investigation check. You find even more goodies. In here,
Whoops.
you find a book called "In the Light of Osibus." I will type that out for you. As well as a tome called Rituals of the Life Color.
Oh.
Hi,
Can
Dennis.
Crane quickly hides
also
those in
a,
inventory.
There's also a tome in Infernal,
Oh.
which only you are able to read, I believe.
Nope. I can also read it.
Oh, you can
I'm not there.
Oh.
You are not there, but I will give it to Crane in a private message, and he can divulge it or not.
I appreciate the lurking, Janice. It's going well, I think. First session, so.
Crane lets out a slight chuckle, meanwhile looking over at the others around him, laughing at the quirky book he has found, meanwhile stashing all of them into his inventory.
Don't forget to
before
take the
others
3
can-
spell scrolls as well.
Ah yes, and the 3 spell scrolls. Of course, quickly putting the other two in his pouch without others seeing the titles.
Hey, Crane, what you laughing at?
Merely just a inside joke, I would say.
Between you and who? I don't think anyone else is talking.
Just between me and my own people. Nothing really a furbolg would probably understand.
Mm,
Oh,
definitely.
we're going that route, huh? Okay. Gwen will remember this.
Gwen will remember this. It's turned into a telltale game now, huh?
Yep.
All right.
Okay,
That is
so-
most of everything of note in that room. Is there anything else that Andrew takes from the crate? And if he disperses it, how does he do it? This is Angel, because he's opened the crate. He still has the 3 blank books that appear to actually be worth something just on the value of the materials used, even though they're all blank. Maybe spell books, perhaps. The deed to the house, the deed to the windmill, and a signed will.
So just take them, basically.
Okay, stashing them away for later. Continuing on. What else do people investigate?
I'm outie.
I'm just
Did
hanging
we
out by the door,
investigate
just
the
checking out,
bookshelves?
just keeping everything, keep an eye out on everything.
Did you say, Dibble?
For you, Barham?
Yeah, what was on the bookshelves? Because Crane and I both rolled investigation for it.
Oh yeah, you have a roll there as well. Oh, you rolled better than him.
I did.
You actually need to get something as well. You find these 2 books. And whoop. Open the window by accident. Those are your 2 books.
Cool. Are they just normal books?
Normal, actually not really normal books in that sense at all. There are eldritch carvings on the covers of these. The reason that you are immediately drawn to them is at least being valuable, even if you're not going to open them up and learn all their secrets and, spell disaster for the entire party. It's more about these might be worth something to somebody who is a student in these subjects. And these are the ones that stand out to you. And like I said, carvings on them, maybe a little bit of glowing left on the cover where they've been etched with these runes. They're more interesting than the other books that seem to be about more mundane subjects.
Okay.
Okay. So, Gwen storms out of the room, desperate to find real loot.
I opened the door.
As you approach this door, the sound of the harpsichord reaches its apex. This is the loudest it's been. Do you still want to open the door?
Mithras, you want to open the door?
Yes.
Sick.
Anybody entering the room, please make your perception checks.
Yes.
What you have
How many
entered,
how many scrolls did he give me again?
3 scrolls. 3 spell
scrolls.
scrolls.
What the? I hit his dice. That's not fair.
Gwen is clutching onto Mithras's
Okay.
cloak.
Literally.
I'm
Mithras
in there
doing-
too, so should I roll
Please.
perception
Yes,
as
if
well?
you stash everything away for later and don't examine it right yet,
Yes.
then
Yeah, I
roll
don't.
perception as well.
Mithras,
Alright.
Instrument!
What this appears to be immediately upon entering is a conservatory, a musical performance room. The harpsichord is immediately opposite you and is facing a standing harp in this corner here. There's a brass-plated chandelier with a dull sheen, as if half-heartedly providing light to the room, even though the candles are once again sunken with the wax dripped all down, nothing left. Fireplace lies cold. This is all getting to be essentially old news for you all, who are not expecting to see much warmth in this house. There are velvet chairs lining the walls, and it would be serenading them with beautiful music, but the harpsichord, for one thing, is still playing haltingly, but as soon as the party crossed a threshold, it seems, getting close enough to actually see the keys on the harpsichord, the music stops.
This is haunted mansion.
Can I investigate the harpsichord?
You certainly may. Roll the investigation check.
Whoa. Byron making some great rolls tonight.
I know.
I have to say.
Sadly, there doesn't seem to be anything of value on or in the harpsichord, even as its cover is. As you can kind of tell from the picture, it's essentially like an old-timey piano style.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing appears to be inside it. There doesn't seem to be a mechanism to allow it to play on its own, like a music box kind of idea. It seems to have been actually playing on its own, for one thing. But there also seems to be a kind of filigree on the outside, like almost like a hand carved into the wood of the harpsichord. And what at first appeared to be roses are actually little skeletons lining the exterior of the harpsichord's box.
Someone has a very interesting taste in decor.
Aesthetic. Interesting.
All right. It appears this room has been, or this floor rather, has been explored.
As walking past, I strum on the harp really quick and then leave because I can't resist.
Bong! The notes play out into the hall and begin to echo into the rest of the room. And as Gwen approaches the red marble staircase leading up to the third floor, she becomes aware of the sound of crying, as of a tiny child screaming for its life.
It's Walter. We gotta go get him.
Gwen,
Gwyn,
Gwen, wait.
do not make me bind you.
The draft is coming most strongly from this part of
We
the
gotta
house.
go get it.
It is far colder in this part of the house, and it appears that it's so cold that there's a little bit of a mist hanging
Chilly.
on to this.
Gwen?
Do you all five go upstairs?
Yeah.
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 At this point, we're chasing Gwen.
Gwen,
Gwen, stop.
slow down.
What did I say?
All right, I'm gonna.
Don't
put
make
Gwen
me
up
cast a
top.
fresh spell on you.
Speedy girl.
Nobody move once I put you up here.
Okay.
Just letting you guys know. Gwen goes first.
Great.
Who follows Gwen? Oh, going by usual order, it should be Mithras and Andril. Does that sound
Correct.
good?
Yes.
Mithras, Andril,
And
Yeah, just
Marum
the
and I are
usual.
and then
cautiously
usual
going.
Crane. Yeah,
We just, the two
yeah,
suspicious
yeah,
ones are like,
pecking
I don't like any of it.
All right, you guys enter the third floor, and there is an immediate marked difference here. First of all, darker interior. It
Oh,
seems
hey,
like
guys.
it seems like the already weakened light is somehow, despite being higher up above the fog, is weaker here. The rooms are covered in dust and in disarray, where below it was in pristine shape, there wasn't much mess, it looked like the area could be lived in at any moment. This floor is a wreck. There are active piles of rubbish and old scraps of clothing and maybe even some food bits, or maybe what was food laying around. Dust covers everything extremely thickly, and the sound of crying seems to be coming from this door here. Can you see the ping, Gwen?
Mhm.
Yes.
All right, you can see the ping. And as Gwen moves to this spot here,
Uh-oh.
she is stopped cold by a metal fist projecting out from the armor on the wall. What had seemed to be another wolf-helmeted armor is actually alive. Its fist comes out sharply, hits Gwen across the face, stops her in her track, essentially clotheslines her, retracts back, and enters into a fighting stance. It is time to roll initiative. But
It's like,
Gwen is
what
surprised.
the fuck?
Roll initiative, bitches.
Oh gosh.
Everybody?
Everybody, it is
Oh,
combat
God.
time! Gwen,
Uh-oh.
you are surprised, so your first round is skipped.
Okay, sick. So I rolled in that one.
Yep, and you'll also be last next turn because you rolled a 1. Rip!
Whoops.
Perhaps we should,
We're
as I
all
said,
bad.
proceed
What
with
the
some
heck?
caution. No, Mithras,
Mithras.
rolled crazy there.
Mithras, yeah.
Mithras is ready to throw. He's just like, I got my hands up prepared to bring you the sun.
Tech bug, you want
Everyone else is just like, my god, Gwen.
I'm trying to, yeah.
What did we tell you?
token.
You know.
Reveal it. Where'd you put the
It's
token?
fine.
It's fine, guys. It's fine.
Moved it.
My cheek stings a little, and there's a little bit of blood, but I'm fine.
I'm fine.
think
I
I'm-
think that
hold
is that
on, I
a
can
tooth?
find
Oh.
This isn't broken yet. It's okay.
Kermit all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Here you go. I put him
Hey.
back on the map.
Why do you sound like
Frog
you're...
is here.
The
Did your
animated
nose
armor.
get crushed so much that you're just like, oh my god.
This
The
is
animated
my frog
armor
staff.
goes first, and then it's going to move into an actual turn order. Gwyn will skip her first turn, and then it's going to go normal initiative starting from the second turn.
I'm like,
Yep, she is.
So I
she's
can move
caught
and
flat.
attack first turn, right?
Sure you can. Yeah, you have a action, a bonus action, and a move action.
Oh,
I
this
think
is
the
fun
full.
because I get to play like the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Did you delete it again?
No, I unclicked it and it went away.
I think you're hitting backspace or something because you're deleting the entire token, whatever you're doing.
I think I would know if I was hitting backspace.
Could you
I'm
stop
not-
having spasms and slapping the keyboard?
I'm not
Yeah.
deleting it when I'm clicking it, so. There you
Okay,
go.
so I move here, attack here.
And it has a character sheet. You can see that, right? With all the stats on it, so you don't even have to look stuff up.
Yeah.
there he is.
Alright.
He's here.
Oh, there he be.
Oh, a multi-attack right away. Oof. Oh.
Well, one of those is definitely a hit.
18 hits.
The 18 hits, yeah.
Oh.
7
Oh, you got
damage.
lucky.
Holy, roll the 5.
7?
Oh,
Mhm.
I mean with the
7.
multi-hit.
Holy shit. Okay.
Alright, so that means we move into the right. That's the full turn for the animated armor.
Yes.
That means we move into the actual initiative. And Techbug, do you want to stealth roll? Like you can private GM roll me the armor's initiative so they don't know what turn it's going.
Oh, for him? Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
for
see
him.
here.
You should just roll a d20 with his
It's plus
dex.
dex.
Yeah, plus his dex. And if you private GM roll it to me, they won't be able to see it, and we'll know what the turn is supposed to be. Because I can track the turn while you keep track of actual combat. Make it easy.
Ooh.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
like that.
That
Okay,
was
so
very ominous.
Oh, it hurts.
Mithras
Spooky.
is now. It is your turn. This
Ooh,
armor
Mithras,
punches
help
your
me.
druid in the face, and blood starts flying. It's time to go.
All right, I'm going to dash up beside
Win.
What's her
Gwyn.
face?
I'm gonna dash up beside Gwyn. I'm going to cast. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on
Oh.
her.
Oh.
So you
Plus
have
2 to
plus
AC.
2, as long as I can concentrate on it.
+2. Got it.
And so for the next 10 minutes, as long as I can concentrate on it, you have that. And then
Thank you.
with my regular action, I'm going to smack it with
Oh,
my
yeah.
mace.
He disappeared.
He's gone.
The icon
The
disappeared.
man is gone.
Oh, he gone. Bye.
He gone.
He
He's
was
stealthing away.
scared.
A 9 probably does not hit.
Techbug,
It does not.
do you see the compendium pack in the top right? It's the little book with the world symbol on it.
Yeah, let's see here.
If you click that and click Monsters SRD, it'll show you the list of all the SRD monsters, and you can click and drag the animated armor back out of that if you ever need to bring it back. I don't know what's going on. I'm like hands off the keyboard looking at the book, so I don't know what's causing him to disappear.
Talking about it. We
It's
all
a
know.
ghost house. The
We all
armor
know.
fades in and out
Ghost
of
house.
existence. All right.
All right,
and
that's my turn.
I'm pretty sure a 9 doesn't hit, right? So
No.
Yeah, pretty sure it does.
that would
So
bring us
those
to
Move,
was
bonus,
that-
and action.
bonus in action. Also, I forgot to mention this during the tutorial, and I really should have. I talked about how if you move out of melee, the people you are moving out of melee get an opportunity attack. That's not just a thing, it's a reaction. You also always have one reaction to spend every combat round. And that can be used for an opportunity attack, or it can be used to do other things, because you'll have spells that are specifically reaction. Just so you know, that's the other thing you have. But you can only use the reaction during not your turn in the rest of the round. And that brings us to the armor. Back to the armor.
Oh no, really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm praying. AC, we need you doing that. AC, where's your...
Interesting.
Are you rolling for the armor attack, bud?
Am I rolling? Is that what happened? Is it attack roll?
It's the armor's turn. It's your turn to decide. You're the armor.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all just waiting, like,
Sorry, I thought you. It's okay. It's late. It's 10:45. Boomers like us need to be in bed.
Okay, Boomer.
Hey,
Okay, Boomer.
that's bannable. I'll get all these into
Multi-attack.
Well, we can't see what dice you rolled, sir.
You're private rolling again. Oh,
Sorry.
who are
How
you getting?
evil that would actually be.
No, it's okay. I'll re-roll again. How about
I'm
that?
sure we know who
Okay.
he's
Oh,
hitting.
no.
I'm sure we know. Okay, that doesn't hit. That hits.
Rolls the damage.
Oof.
Yikes.
Ooh. You dead.
Yeah.
Well, unconscious.
Not dead.
Ugh.
Alright. That means, is the armor doing anything else?
No.
Alright, that brings us to Crane's turn.
Don't I make a saving throw?
Nope, because it's not attacking you beyond that. You just
Oh,
went
he
to
went
zero.
away again. Where'd he go?
Oh, okay.
Grab him in the
Oh my God.
compendium. He hasn't been hurt yet, so it'd be easy to
Because
keep
why,
track.
Deadpool?
Hmm?
Because why?
You haven't been attacked, and it's not your turn, so you don't make a death saving throw until your turn.
Okay, I gotcha.
You only just now hit 0 hit points, so as long as you're brought above 0 in a second, you won't have to make a death saving.
It's me, this me. That's me. Right now.
Okay, I think I'm gonna use Chill Touch
Okay?
on it.
Should be
Anyone else
right?
have healing stuff
120.
except for me and Rex? For now.
There's a 16 hit. What's your tech bug? Immediate tech bug.
Then-
Wait.
Tech bug.
He's dead.
He's still muted. I don't know if he knows he's muted.
Bobby, you're muted.
I can tell you the answer if it's what I think. If it's no.
No,
No, it
no.
doesn't.
I actually had to go pee. What was the question?
Oh my god. Why didn't you say
Does
anything?
does my attack hit?
Who? The guy.
Who else? The
Yes.
one person we're attacking, man.
Yes.
But we give a
Yes.
Razzie award
Yes.
to
No,
tech book.
actually.
Does not hit.
No, does not hit. Yeah.
It's a
You're a big
fresh
boy.
boy.
Wizard heal
He's up.
please.
He's a
Have a
fast one.
healing spell.
I don't think.
Damn it, wizard.
No, not
I'm
the
going to
wizard.
use
Maybe you
flash.
shouldn't have
Blah,
run
blah, blah,
upstairs, Gwyn.
Listen,
blah, blah,
it's in
blah,
the
blah,
past now.
blah, 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 blah.
Not yet. You're still laying there unconscious.
Life is gonna be very good. I'm happy.
Why are you happy? Because I'm dead?
No. Because this
What?
thing won't be that hard to kill after all.
Okay.
Might seem
For
that
shame.
now.
It disappeared again. Are you moving, Crane? You have a move action if you'd like to
Oh,
move,
yeah.
or you can choose to stay
Well,
still. Sorry, I need to
You would.
check your turn.
Oh wait. No.
Yeah, so it's a bonus action and then a move, or it's an action, a bonus action, and then a move action.
Correct. Your action has been burned up using the chill touch.
Yeah, so I'll just stay where I'm at.
All right, chilling. That brings us to next one on the initiative is Andrew.
Banana.
That's you.
Indeed.
The armor is gone.
It's right. There it is.
Yeah, it's there.
I don't know
We
where
might just have to. We might just have to say, yeah, it's there unless he moves it.
All right, what you doing, Andrew?
I'll do this.
You could, because the animated armor already has 2 people around it, and you're not moving out of melee range on the other side. You don't provoke an opportunity attack. You're just on the backside of him, and he's now flanked.
I just use my short sword.
All right, roll an attack, and you get advantage on the attack because you're flanking. The creature's outnumbered 2 to 1.
Nice.
You hit.
Yes.
Roll damage, and because you had advantage on the attack, you get your sneak attack bonus dice, which is a 1d6. So make sure you roll that damage and then roll a 1d6 and add it to it.
Yeah, it's like 2d6 or 1d4 plus 1d6 something.
It'll be listed on your rogue levels.
You are confusing me with all these numbers right now.
Here, I'll help you. I look at features, I scroll down, and you've got this thing on your passive abilities that says sneak attack, and it says beginning of first level, blah, blah, blah. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. So click damage on the short sword, roll normal damage, and then roll a d6 separately, and we're going to add that to that. So you've got 6 damage from the normal attack.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Add your d6.
Oh, that's pretty good.
For
It's
another 5.
11.
He's dealt 11 damage to the armor so far, and he can use his bonus action to attack with his other short sword in the offhand. And you still have advantage on this attack.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Rogues, baby. Level 1 rogues.
That road, yeah.
So
Oh
you
no.
can click. Yeah, you can just click attack short sword with advantage against the
Oh, I
ghost
didn't-
armor. That's okay. You still hit.
Okay.
And now you roll damage, and you don't get sneak attack because you
Yeah, I
only
don't
get that once per turn. So now you just click damage.
Oh.
And you've dealt another 9 damage for a total of 20 damage to the armor.
Nice.
Gosh.
Alright, and you've moved, you've bonused, and you've actioned, so your turn is over. Unless you want to move, but if you go anywhere else, the armor would get a chance to hit you back.
I'll just stay.
Alright, you're sticking around. That brings us to Barb.
Okay. So, I guess I'm still on the stairs, so I'm gonna move over here to actually get in range. And then,
Standing over Gwen's dying body.
yes,
Hi.
must protect. And then I am going to hit. I'm going to hit the armor with hideous laughter.
Oh, okay.
Yes, make it laugh.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and
Spooky.
click the spell, the dice next to the spell name, and it'll bring up the spell for us to look at.
Hold on. It says you have no available first level spell slots with which to cast this. What does that mean?
Because you rested, you should have the spell slot. The way you add spell slots is on your spell book. Do you see the bar that says first level? And then there's a little slot that says 02.
Yes.
That should actually read 2,
Oh,
2, 9.
it should be 2
And
2.
now you should
Okay.
have the slot.
Oh, okay. I
So
was
when
like,
when you
what?
rest, you should
Yeah,
get all that
2-2.
back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Definitely have a 2-2. Better for combat.
There it is.
Okay. And then what do I roll?
In this case, you don't roll anything. It's the creature that has to make the wisdom save unless it has any kind of immunity.
Gotcha.
It does.
It does. Oh.
It has an intelligence of less than 4. It has an intelligence of 1, so it is not affected.
Bummer.
Very true.
How dare it not find that funny?
Whatever. All right, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to do the bardic inspiration.
Alright, bonus action for bardic inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Wait, what?
Wait,
happened to
what?
her token? Oofed. Barm just it's not here.
Wait, I'm not here.
There we go.
It
What?
keeps coming and going. Alright.
Oh, okay.
Where is your bardic inspiration going?
I was gonna give it. Oh wait, what does it do again? Hold on.
It gives a d6 for somebody to choose to add to an ability check or attack roll that they make today.
Okay.
Or a save? Question mark?
You can't give it to an unconscious character.
Okay.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You can't hear if you are unconscious.
Right.
Can't inspire no
I can't inspire you.
Oh,
She's just laying on the ground. She's like, bardic inspiration. Huzzah.
So I guess I'll do this for Mithras. Wait, why is it? I do too have it. Stop it. It's like you can't use it. Yes, I
You
can.
should have charges of it, yeah.
Yeah, it was saying 0, but I don't know why.
So, Mithras, you have
There.
a d6 that you can use on, like it says, a ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay.
Alright. And that ends Barum's turn. That brings us up to... Gwyn's turn is skipped because it's still her surprise round, which is actually kind of good for her because it means she doesn't have to roll a death save yet. But that brings us to the top of the turn and it's back to Mithras.
You got me to
And
blood.
she won't have to roll 1 because I'm going to use my bonus action and cast Healing Word.
Woo!
On her, I'm just... Yeah. Basically. So, you get
You have
3
3
hit points.
HP. You have 3 HP and you also have 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
We'll go over the effects of exhaustion later, but if you come back from unconsciousness, you become more fatigued, obviously.
I put that in.
And then I'll use my attack to use Sacred Flame. So it has to make a dexterity saving throw of 12.
Jump, Armor, jump! Get out of the way! He's got
Dive.
fireball!
Dark Souls roll.
Alright, Tech Bug? I can roll.
Did he go
these.
pee again?
Yes.
Oh, make your dex saving throw for the animated armor.
Okay. Well, it says you must have 1 or more controlled tokens in order to use this action.
You should click the animated armor. So that way it's
Okay.
controlled.
Yep.
There it is.
Oh,
Oh.
Great.
That
Great.
does
so
not
take-
look like it.
that does not.
Yep.
It's got that fat roll.
So it takes 7 damage.
Nice.
Alright,
Does it?
yes. 7 damage
Great.
from Reap. And that
And-
brings us... Or are you doing anything else? Sorry, that was your bonus.
Nope.
And
That's,
action.
that's all. Yeah, bonus action, not gonna move. So that's it.
Alright.
I think every
Gwyn,
time
where'd he
he's
go?
selected, it disappears.
Where'd he
Whenever
go?
you deselect it, it disappears.
Yeah.
It is strange that it's doing that. Okay. Gwyn,
Yes.
you are alive as a result of the healing word
Woo!
with 3 HP.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, see, I definitely just watched it happen. He just disappeared into the ether.
I think it's whenever he mutes
Yeah,
himself,
it's-
it disappears.
You're hitting negative, right? Or like you're
That's
hitting a hotkey.
exactly what it is. I'm hitting
Yeah.
delete. Yeah.
It's
Oh
it's
my
a
God.
hotkey to
Okay.
mute yourself, and it's just
Yep. 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 Gotcha.
mystery solved. Okay, but with 3 HP and you are prone, that's the other thing to keep in mind. So it means you'll have to actually spend movement to stand up.
Okay.
But in the meantime, it's the armor's turn. Go ahead, Mr. Armor Boy.
What does exhaustion do?
Exhaustion, each point gives you stacking negative effects on your ability checks. I can get the details for you, but you have 1 point of that for now.
Stop, dude. You motherfucker.
She's good. She's
Who
got
are you
3 HP.
hitting? Who are you hitting? Thank God.
missed
That
both.
is fucked.
One point of thing here. Does your shield drop if the target goes unconscious, Mithras? Your cleric?
I was unconscious when he did it. Wasn't I?
No, you were
No.
alive.
No.
He put the shield
Oh.
on
You were low
You
health.
went unconscious
Shield
and came
stay-
back up.
It
Well, they
says
don't
nothing
hit
about whether or not
anyway.
it's conscious. It just says a shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range.
They,
Okay, so
they
it
wouldn't
doesn't
hit
cost
anyway.
us.
Says nothing about if it's unconscious or not.
Both miss.
Yay.
Look at him trying to roll that damage.
Oh, I
He was
can't
like,
see
"Let me
anything.
kill him."
Roll that hot 3.
Where did you go, Frog?
I don't know. Where am I?
Uh-oh.
I think Tech Bug might have selected you when he
I was gonna
hit.
say, I feel like
space.
Tech Bug is deleting everybody.
He's just like, you're dead. You're dead.
There you go.
Okay.
You still have 3 HP. Alright, armor. Is there anything else the armor can do? Doesn't look like it.
No, I don't think so.
Alright. That brings us to... Oh, Gwyn is gone. I think it's Crane.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Crane.
it's-
Yeah.
I'm here
the,
still.
the initiative was dropping in and out from everybody that got deleted and then came back. But it's Crane. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna use Ray of Frost.
Okay, go ahead.
Try to. I'm gonna try to hit them with something. I guess.
Mm-hmm. Roll the attack.
20.
Hits.
Nice. Damage.
Dead. Okay, next.
Is it dead?
That was just if I was hitting it.
I don't know.
It's 30 in total.
Shoot.
No,
I
it should
just
have
did
5
3
left.
It has 5 HP left. I'm gonna bring him back into this orb again, but
You can't leave yet.
I keep ripping him back in. Yeah, he's not dead yet. You do hit and do damage though.
And it does cold damage, but that just reduces his movement.
He will go nowhere even slower.
Exactly.
Are you doing anything else with Crane?
No. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna move. Just to closer to him.
Okay.
Well, to there. I'm just gonna move there.
Closer, not too close. Don't wanna
Not
be
too
smart.
close.
Like one step closer.
Don't want to take a wild fist out of the blue and die in one.
Exactly. I don't want something coming up the stairs while everybody else is like, hey.
All right, Mr. Angel.
Hacking.
Hacking away.
Hacking. Advantage.
Misses, hits Gwyn.
True.
Oh, you accidentally rolled it.
No,
No.
you're supposed to have advantage. He's flanked.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause
He's triple flanked now because Gwyn is alive.
he- Dun
Yay.
dun dun.
I'm
She's
back,
fine.
Oh, I guess I
baby.
die. Roll for damage.
Yep. The usual damage, and then you also add the d6 this turn because it's a new turn.
It doesn't matter. It's dead.
It's
Yep,
dead.
it's
So you
dead.
roll 2d6.
Oh, it's gone
I'm
too.
just making sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's gone this time. For real.
He's just gone. He's gone. He's
The
done.
armor clatters to the ground. The force animating it is destroyed, and all the pieces go scattering across the floor, kicking up a huge dust cloud. Gwyn is catching her breath after being knocked flat out
Yeah.
cold and only being brought back from the grave almost in a stable state with a spell from the cleric.
Thanks,
And-
guys.
Combat ends.
My bad.
Next time, will you please listen to us when we tell you to slow down?
I
Gwyn.
can't make any promises, but I'll
Gwyn,
try.
the next time you do that, though, I will cast frost
What?
on you to slow you down.
Do it. See if I care. I'll just cast something myself. Who knows? I'll train
Who knows?
first.
The robot has emerged.
Oh, did it? Uh,
So,
I have a lot of things going on, so.
uh,
Are we ending there? Or
We're
are we-
ending there. You are at the 3rd floor,
We're ending
ready
there,
to
yes.
ready to explore the rest of the mansion, ready to solve the mystery of why this floor looks so drastically different. Couple
Got everything all
pieces of
set up.
equipment. Everything is all set up. Everything seems to be going hunky dory. Thank you guys for the session.
It was
Yay!
great.
It was good.
Good job, everyone.
Sharing intros. but very good still.
First session. Good job,
I thought
guys.
we wouldn't get combat at all because I knew that guy was like the tripwire enemy essentially. But I'm glad we got that one thing done because it was like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm glad that Gwyn just took off running like, children!
Yeah.
I'm
normally,
here for the entertainment. You're welcome.
normally that critter
Welcome
would
to
have to like
DnD.
be hit first, but Gwyn was like running past it, and that's like specifically like a trigger condition. Like, put the arm out, stop him in his tracks.
Specifically, like, if they run out
Beat
in
'em up.
front of you, like, that's when it goes.
Oh
I
my
did it,
god.
guys. Y'all are welcome.
Good job.
Perfect.
Come back.
Rob,
Well
Rob, I
Yay.
just have to tell you that I think if I went on an adventure, I don't think I would be taking
Big surprise.
you. Big surprise.
No hard feelings.
Big surprises from experience.
Now.
I mean,
If
y'all
I
should have
was-
known from that one experience with Ark in the cave where she just.
Oh
kinda-
yeah, where she's just like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
No.
Bye-bye.
Later, boys.
Bye-bye.
For those of you who that was your genuine first session of D&D, first of all, congrats
Sorry.
for putting up. Sorry. That was a bit loud. I know that was a bit chaotic, but it felt like a pretty good session all around. Got to hear. Some
Hi,
interesting
Janice.
stuff.
I have been good. How are you? How are you?
I hope you had fun. That's what really matters. I hope this is interesting.
It-
I
enough
feel
for
like
folks.
I feel like
It was
Crane and
definitely fun.
Mithras are actually going to get along better than Crane and Gwyn.
We'll see
Were you
what-
ever expected to get along, to be honest?
Oh,
Well, I
We're
mean,
just
you did
working
help me
together.
at one
This
point.
story progresses.
Yeah, we're working together, and I helped you out of the kindness of my heart. You're welcome.
Who knows how the story progresses? In
Yeah.
this deep, dark sanctum.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh,
I think that's
yum.
just a-
Fruity
just a
Pebbles. Oh
story.
man, I want Fruity Pebbles now.
Maybe.
I really want just a bowl of cereal. I have no milk. I need to go shopping though.
That's all I have.
I'm
So,
gonna go ahead.
that's it.
Oh, sorry. Before you hit, are you just hitting end on the stream, Noodle?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm just gonna hit end
Okay.
on the stream real quick. So thank you everyone. Let me mute myself from you guys.
Should I do that too?
Yeah.
It's up to you. I was gonna talk about next session and stuff. So.
Okay, okay.
It is the best late night snack. But thank you so much for lurking a bit. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening and you enjoy those Fruity Pebbles. I'm really jealous. I really want some now. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. So bye.